that's what I just need to do.
Give a shout outs to Time Signs. We'll get some sponsors one way or another.
One of these days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we gonna local? Well, 1, 2, 3.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Hello.
Guess I should put my
Phone's on your head.
Yeah, let's put these
Yeah.
cans on. Turn them up. I can't hear them.
Turn them shits up.
Another wonderful week here in the studio.
Absolutely. Happy holidays to everyone. Hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving.
Hope you had a lot of pie.
Hope you had a lot of pie.
A lot of pie, a lot of turkey.
Yeah.
Fried, smoked.
Yeah,
however
it
you
doesn't
like 'em.
matter.
As long as it's not boiled.
Yeah.
Boiled
I didn't get-
turkey. What
Boiled.
kind of monster makes
I
boiled
was-
turkey
I was
for
having a
Thanksgiving?
conversation with a friend of mine at work, and he was like, every once in a while it's okay to boil turkey
No.
as long as you
No,
season
it's
it
never.
properly.
You
And like,
fuck off.
you do
That's
not.
what- yeah.
Absolutely. We don't boil turkey around here.
No. What is this?
No.
The 1940s?
Oh, man. Unacceptable then.
Jesus.
Y'all could smoke. You know what I'm saying? Smoke that bird.
Right.
Smoke the bird, dude.
Smoke the bird.
Smoke the bird.
Hope you had a good time with your families, with your friends, or just by yourself. I give a shout out to everybody who did nothing on Thanksgiving but stay in their boxers and enjoy some gaming time
That
or
was
watching
me.
whatever they love. Absolutely. The holidays can be harrowing.
I slept a lot.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
absolutely what I did.
That's beautiful.
Hell yeah.
You know?
I sure did.
Also, a massive shout out to our new follower.
Oh, yeah. Where's that name? Sorry, I'm trying to fix this.
He's
here.
just trying
He's
Should've done
doing
this
tech
before
support.
we went
I'm doing the
live.
tech support like always.
And so that's what Marge wins.
Margie
Wins.
Margie
Margie wins.
wins.
Margie wins.
You do
Margie
win.
You
wins.
do win, and we win for having you.
Why we got this unstable connection?
I don't know, man.
But
Because
anyways,
you're
It's
unstable.
always some shit. What you guys been doing?
Always. I'm Scott.
I'm Trae.
And I'm Phil.
Ayo.
I think it's time we blow the scene. Get everybody in step together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. This week we're talking about Cowboy Bebop and Cowboy Bebop. We're just gonna do the whole song. We'll just do this. This is the show now.
Yeah.
We're the acapella seat belts. What's up?
We're the car seats.
Yeah.
25% over the last 2 minutes have been dropped.
Oh no.
Oh, we're
sorry
having
about
some weird. Yeah, boiled. What the fuck, man?
Exactly.
Boiled.
Boiled. You know, and he was defending it. That's what I couldn't understand.
You don't defend
Dude, look,
boiled.
we work in a fine dining restaurant. You don't get to say things like that when you work in a fine dining restaurant. You know? Like all of a sudden, your credibility is shot.
That would offend me as a bar cook.
Right.
Like, no.
For real.
No.
Get out of here
Then how
right
do you-
now.
How do you accomplish
Leave.
boiling a whole turkey
Were they
in the first place?
Were they in the kitchen? Was this a kitchen employee that said
Well,
this?
we were on the expo line, so we were close enough. No, they work on the floor, but we were close enough to the kitchen that
I guess
everybody.
you don't have to know how to cook to sell food, right?
Right, you just have to know how to talk about stuff.
Right.
You know.
But if one of those fucking cooks said that,
Oh no!
you
you're
walk
fired.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
You know what they said
You-
down there in
right.
the kitchen? Do you know who's making
Take
your
your apron
food?
off. Take your apron off. Return the hairnet. I don't even care.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
hey,
Let's get that cat back.
Are we okay on the viewer end of here? Because I'm seeing an unstable frame rate. I just want to make sure that I can stop looking at this because it's gonna absorb me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't-
And drive
if I-
everybody
That's
crazy.
right.
They're
So,
never gonna
uh,
make it through the news.
never
I just
gonna
want
get-
it. I just want it to work. I just want it to work. So can you give me a yay or a nay as to whether this is working? That's all I ask.
Hopefully
Thank
it
you.
works.
This is the
If you
remix.
can't see it live, all of these episodes go up on YouTube and Anchor and Spotify. So check us out there.
Yeah, it says it's buffering pretty hard.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if I need to do that low latency mode thing.
Well, while he's doing that, Trae, what you been doing this week?
Well, with it being the holidays, it's been a little bit on the hectic side. Haven't really had
True.
as much gaming time as I wanted. Of course, watched that Bebop,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about shortly. Halo Infinite has
God
taken
damn.
Pretty much
over. Dude, yeah. Be like, okay, well, I just want to kill some time. Try to cut into some Forza Horizon. All of a sudden, my system decided to optimize Forza for my system, which I didn't know it wasn't optimized. It was
Right.
running at 4K 60 gorgeously.
Thought it was already optimized.
Right. And so they optimized it, and everything broke.
Oh, no.
All of a sudden, the game looked like trash. It ran like a good, nice, crisp 27 frames per second, 27 FPS. It was very, very nice. And so,
That's no good, dude.
Yeah. I was also dealing with some other problems trying to get Yuki to work. Downloaded that.
Yeah.
So I could take a look at that. I was torn between getting it either for PSVR, because you have better blacks, so better, deeper, richer colors.
Like really, the colors are amazing on the PSVR headset.
It's nice. It's nice. Those blues, let's go.
Yeah.
On the Rift, everything's a bit more gray. But those things melt away over time. So I went ahead and got it for PC, and I forgot about that one critical part of buying things for PC versus for console, and that sometimes the shit don't work.
Oh,
If
you got to make sure that the requirements are met.
Well, the requirements are met. It's not even that.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, you just have random conflicts with things sometimes, right? Like Yuki would just launch and then freeze up. And I'm like, okay, why is this happening?
Right.
I found a workround, but still, had I gotten it for PSVR, it just would have booted up. You just press the button and you're playing games.
And there it is.
There it is. And so it's a different thing. And so Halo has been there to catch me, and caress me, and hold me, and love me, and I am mighty proud to say that Halo is back.
I mean,
Halo is
we've
back.
had minimal problems,
right?
Every
once in a while, disconnection issues,
resolvable issues though. Most of the time, it's like a restart or something like that, and that's all you need. It looks fucking amazing. It plays fucking amazing. We can get the boys together.
Fun.
We actually need to play with Neil.
Absolutely, yeah. I've seen that Moth and Wolf. Y'all have been streaming it, and so if y'all want to get down,
seriously,
tonight might be the night.
Ooh, man, if only we could get like a shit ton of people together and do a big team battle, as a group. Like
that would be great.
How many people can you get in a fire team though? I think I
think they're divided into 3 groups of 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you could be 3 fire teams per team.
Oh man.
Yeah. Right. And so if any of you are interested in playing Halo, drop it in the comments. We're gonna have our Discord set up soon whenever Scott decides to join it. And
I think it all worked
one
out.
of these days.
I set it to low latency mode. Man, really, I want to fucking give you my Xbox One X for a while.
For a bit. So
yeah,
we can play,
because I
Halo.
don't ever turn the shit on. You know what I mean? And then you could do it.
Clean booty, but
man.
Nothing else.
See this boy coming in saying,
them
getting them
cheeks,
Broly
baby.
memes. You keep your Broly memes to
Broly
yourself.
Kulo. That's
Broly
Broly Kulo, bro. Like what?
No.
Them cheeks, man.
Just know
Nice.
that ass can fart. That's all I know. Man.
Jesus.
Yeah, so fucking Yuki.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Fucking
dude,
Yuki.
Yuki was
lit.
fun. I only played through a few of the levels, but man, that'll give you arm a workout. Dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
for real, because the whole time you're just like
Doing
this shit.
and sometimes tucking close to your body.
Yep.
Close,
You know,
and it's just
like
woo.
I
Doug-
feel like I have to do the same
See?
thing that I do with Pistol Whip, where I rock back and forth the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super fun.
Yes.
It captures all the classic like shooter vibes, but it's doing it in a way that you couldn't do with a standard controller.
And also being
like
a roguelite is really, really good
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
And so like every time you play, you're gonna beef up your character in some way. you
Man,
know?
I had my shit with like 4 extra options that stay in spot, and then 2 options that home. And go towards the thing, right?
Yeah.
And I guess, did you see that there are other Yukis?
I saw that she has different
you were
wings.
talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you mean the wings? Her different wings?
Well, it's like different forms.
Yes.
basically.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I mean, Yuki's a toy, so
Right.
it's just like different versions of.
Well,
that
it's
same,
her blade wings.
Right.
It's like that's
Yeah.
what that screen is. It's like what are there like 6 of them, 6 or 7 different blade wings?
5, I think.
Okay,
there are
it might be
of them.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, but the last one you have to beat it with all the other ones to get it. So
Right.
I haven't got that one yet.
Right on. I haven't
Yeah.
unlocked any of them. I played for maybe about a
Dude.
good like 45 minutes. It was super late. It was maybe like 5 in the morning. I'm like, dude, I just want to see it because I've been having trouble getting it to run.
Yeah.
And then I finally got it to run, and I'm just like, okay, this is crack. Like,
Yeah.
this is dangerous, and you got to make sure you got some energy.
That's my preferred type of VR game right
he
there,
says
man.
lagging hard.
Like, are we lagging to the point where you can't see us? Because that's a problem.
Sorry, guys.
Well,
Technical difficulties.
I mean, maybe we'll move on out. I don't know. Did you put us in low latency?
I did.
Yeah, I see it over there.
I wonder if, should we end and come back?
No, we should just go ahead and record
just
the
keep
show.
going.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
I got to stop looking at
We're
this.
just going to
Yeah,
barrel
just
through
stop
it,
looking
man.
at
Yeah,
it.
just stop
Stop
looking at
looking
it.
at
And
it.
so, unfortunately, if
That
you
shit
can't
don't
watch us
exist.
live, then this will be up in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
please come back and check us out. Watch
Indeed.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be a good show. Yeah. Cowboy Bebop is worth the conversation.
It
It
is
is very worth the conversation.
Oh, well, let's get to
So-
the news
so-
first.
Well, I mean, Scott, what you been doing?
Scott, sorry.
I think that basically encompasses what we've been doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
yeah.
That's it. Just Halo, Yuki.
yeah, that's it.
And more Halo.
Yep.
Well, actually, on Thursday, I realized, oh shit, all these digital storefronts are going to be having Black Friday sales. Let me see what's going on. And Persona 5 was $8.
Man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're gonna be playing some Persona 5.
I
Let's
have
go.
been playing some Persona 5.
I mean, because
I bought it
Is
way
that
back.
the-
well,
is
I
that
bought
the
it way
Royal
back in the
Edition,
day.
or is
yeah,
it?
I got the Royal.
Wow,
Yeah.
for that cheap, dude,
Yeah.
that's fucking.
Well, I don't
awesome.
think the
I think when I
Royal.
got it, it
I
was
think
like
the
$10.
add-ons is like another $5. So
Right.
I ended up spending like $14.
How far have you played in?
I'm a good 13 hours in. I
13?
haven't gotten past the first palace yet.
Right.
but-
it takes
but-
so long to get started,
Dude,
boy. It's
it-
interesting.
It is. I am loving this game. Because I bought it way back when it came out.
Okay.
And it really didn't catch me.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, I noticed the little loading screen where it says "Take your time," and I'm
Mhm.
like, man, that's where I was fucking up because I was trying to rush through this
it.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, nah, man, I just gotta chill. Go do my studies, make
Mhm.
some lock picks, go hit up a palace.
You
Get
did
some
get your-
personas, execute them motherfuckers.
You did get your first mask, right? Like when
Yes,
you,
yes,
that
yeah.
scene.
Oh, dude, when he just
rips it off,
the fuck
like,
oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I still haven't played any Persona 5. I just
Really?
know that the music is jam.
It's
Oh, dude,
jamming.
That's all I
Dude,
know.
I'll be
Oh,
sitting there
man.
playing it, and that battle theme comes on. Dude, I'm
Yeah.
open palm like,
It's so good.
I'm making
Yeah.
turns right
Working
there.
the wheel.
You'll never see it coming.
Yeah, man.
That's so good. So yeah, no, I literally I played until about 5 o'clock last night, and then woke up at like 8 this morning and just played until I had to leave for the podcast, and it was just like, man, I gotta go do this podcast, man.
You know?
So for real, I'm gonna be playing that as soon as I get home.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
absolutely.
we're gonna have to speed this up, guys.
Wrap
You
the
got-
gavel up,
dude,
Yeah.
you have a lot of content. Let me
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
that.
Oh,
yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
that's like a
it's good.
150
well,
hour game
but
right
the
there.
problem with it is that
Yeah.
you can't stream it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I ain't worried
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, because I tried to stream it and it was like everything's a blocked scene,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
unfortunately,
That-
but I mean, you still got a
unfortunately.
lot to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is unfortunate
Yeah.
that you can't stream that.
And this
game,
is
because it
this will be
beautiful.
my first Persona game.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So
Right on, man.
Yeah,
Right
so-
on. You're gonna have so much fun.
I'm already having so much fun.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because it is. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I do want to see where that story goes. But it is like I think it's like 300 hours long. Like that.
I mean, 150 is on the low end of that.
Yeah, like
If you
it-
rush through it,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's it's a commitment, man.
Oh
Seriously.
yeah. I mean, just gameplay sessions
Right.
in between save points is a commitment. Like you
Yeah.
have to put time aside to
Mhm.
play this game.
Right.
You know. But hey, whatever.
I kind of feel the same way about Outriders. Outriders put out their new Horizons patch, and we started playing that a little bit. And I no liked Outriders when it first came out. And so going back to it and just trying to see some of the new things and playing as a different class, playing with the Pyromancer, being what it is. I kind of forgot how RPG the game is.
Oh,
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of, spending time, kind of speccing your character. It is one of those things like, we tried to play real late the other night.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like you really, if you're only playing for an hour, it's really not a lot of time. It's not enough time. Because it's easy to be like, okay, well, we did one mission and, okay. Well,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
we're out.
Now
I think
we got to
ran
do a
like
whole
2 or
bunch of
3.
hub world shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is all interesting when you do it, but it's that same way where it's like you have to give yourself time to actually settle into that
Right.
vibe, into
Absolutely.
that mode.
Yeah.
Right. And then you can really get a lot of enjoyment out of it. So,
Oh yeah.
which is why I didn't spend as much time with Persona.
Oh,
is
yeah.
Because that just getting through the first chunk
Oh yeah.
to get to the game itself.
It takes a good while, man.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
a
I'm
lot.
talking like
There's
4 or 5
there's a lot of
hours.
jamming
Wow.
jamming the X button just to get to your first palace.
Oh,
you know,
man.
a lot of fucking dialogue, but a lot of the dialogue is really
It's really good.
It's really good.
It is.
you know?
It's so well written.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, you're not skipping dialogue, though, right?
No,
Okay.
no.
That's fine, dude.
See, I have a problem where a lot of times I'll play a game and I'll turn the fucking sound down and watch a movie or a show or something at the same time. I ain't doing that shit at all.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because you know, I'm really surprised that I'm surviving the way that I am. Because I stayed up really late last night to finish Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, yeah.
You know, went to bed about 8 a.m. And I fucked up, man.
Because
I was like, okay, we played Halo. That was the problem. The problem is that we played Halo, and we were supposed to just play for a few minutes and try to get the new DLC.
No.
And no, 5 o'clock came very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah, but we were
I'll throw
murking
this
them,
up. We
though.
were murking them, boy. We were murking. God, we looked so good out there.
man.
We
Yeah.
looked so
Yeah,
good. I
man.
think we only lost maybe like 2 or 3 matches,
Yeah.
maybe.
Uh-huh.
You know, we were
Yeah.
dominating. It's crazy. You know, out of what we played, maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
We'd have to fight a fairly good team to get our ass beat.
Yeah, seriously. You know, and one time we did. One time we did. We found some people. But I was like, I'm going to throw on Cowboy Bebop on my laptop and play some Final Fantasy 14. Because we got Endwalker coming out this weekend, or next weekend, actually, on the 3rd of December. So for all of y'all who do play Final Fantasy, go ahead, wrap up your shit, get ready for Endwalker. We got maintenance starting on the 2nd of December at 3 o'clock a.m. Central Time. The game will be back on the 3rd. At 3 a.m. So that's going to be a day-long maintenance.
Okay.
So don't think that you have up until the 3rd to get shit done. You don't. You have until the 2nd at 1 Pacific.
Said it just cleared up, but chat's super behind now.
Yeah.
Could you guys hear us the whole time? Or we just, you know... I mean, we'll upload this later, so that's not too big of an issue. But now it says excellent. See, now that's what I like.
Like I said, we smooth
Excellent.
out. Excellent.
That's right.
Wayne's
World.
Wayne's
Party
World.
time.
Excellent.
They're all
But
the same
man, and
characters.
so I was like,
Aren't they?
I'm just gonna go log into Final Fantasy. I'm gonna run a dungeon. So I queued for Delubrum Regine, and I was like, I can do this in my sleep. False. I hadn't played that game in so long, dude. I'm sitting
You're
here
not
like,
on automatic anymore,
dude,
huh?
exactly,
Yeah,
man. And so I was sitting there just like, holy shit. Now I got to run this dungeon. I was
Yeah.
a red mage, and I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
maybe I can just DPS my way through this. I usually tank.
Oh.
But I'm like, I'm
Oh,
going to DPS,
okay, yeah.
and then I have no responsibilities. Wrong. I should have gone ninja. My team sucked,
Always
dude.
go
We had
ninja.
one healer,
Yeah.
and the team sucked. Everybody's getting hit.
no.
So I'm like, oh, I'm on permanent sweeping duty. Like, I gotta clean these floors, man. I gotta bring that squeegee out and
Look
scrub
at the
the
tracks you guys made.
yeah,
now I gotta
for
go
real,
back
dude, I
over
gotta
it.
clean all this up, you know. You leave some blood stains everywhere.
Shit.
And so I did, man. And that run ended up taking like an hour.
Wow.
So all of a
Shit.
sudden, I'm an hour behind, and I still got 3 episodes to watch. You know, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, it's 6
Yeah.
a.m.
Boy.
And so yeah, I see what you mean. Like, you know, usually you can throw up a movie, watch that
yeah.
while you play.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just ain't like that.
No,
you know?
no.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like that. It's like Persona 5 and Voice of Cards. Neither
Yeah.
one of those
Right.
do I want to miss any of the voice acting.
well, Persona
or
5
like
is
any-
essentially an anime. man.
Yeah, I'm about
it's
to say.
an anime. It's
It
like
was
you
just
get
one of those things where it was just like, man, I need a new anime to watch. Well, I might as well play one.
Right, that's literally how I felt about it when I was playing it. I was
Yeah,
like, wow,
yeah,
it's like,
and it's
okay, I
great.
don't need
it
to watch
is.
an anime
It
season right
absolutely
now.
is, yeah.
Here is an anime season,
And
you know?
you do look. This is an OP that you do not skip.
No.
Oh no,
Ever.
I've
Every
seen
single
that.
time that shit gets booted up,
Yeah.
it's like, all
Boot it
right,
up.
let's watch this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Hell
man.
Yeah.
You know,
So have you played any of the other Persona
No,
you
games?
said this
my
is the first
That's
one.
the
Persona.
very first
My
one. Okay,
first one.
okay, wow.
Yeah,
Man,
I
that's
almost,
exciting.
I almost
No
there
Shin
was-
Megami's, nothing before this?
I played Shin Megami 4 on the DS.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That was it.
okay. Okay, cool.
That's my that's all my experience with the series at this point.
Yeah.
You know.
That art style stayed consistent. It's fucking
it's-
awesome.
yeah. Oh, yeah, they know what they got.
They got a look, dude.
They know, yeah, that style, baby. It just oozes style.
Boy.
Well, looks like we've smoothed right out. So awesome. Okay, let's get into news. How's it
Before we get
sound?
into news, I just want to
Oh.
give a shout out to Tynes Signs. It is
Tynes
a
Signs.
local sign maker by the name of Creighton Tynes. It's CreightonTynes. Really cool dude. He made these awesome little business cards, which are also
Matchbooks.
Matchbooks.
That shit's wild.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's an expensive little card right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Hey, my dude's killing it. And so, if you need signs made for
Patrick
storefronts,
Bateman
for
would
whatever,
be real jealous with that.
right? I'm
That
going to
business
commission him to create my Live Laugh Vlog.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I told him about the idea,
Yeah.
he just cracked up.
Live,
Because at
laugh,
first I was
love.
like, yeah, Live, Laugh, Love. I was like, can you make something for me? He was like, okay, what are you thinking? I was like, Live, Laugh, Love. And his eyes kind of glazed over.
like,
He
God
looked
damn it.
disappointed. He was just like, really? Like, I thought better of you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, man, it's like you Live, Laugh, Love. And, I want the real, like, basic bitch, like, cursive and everything.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say Live, Laugh, Vlog. You know? And he started cracking
Hell
up.
yeah.
And he's like, we
Nice.
can definitely talk about that. I was like, how much you want to charge for it? He's like, dude, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later.
Hell
He's
yeah.
like, that sounds great. So check him out.
Which
Signs.
is ironic because Vlav doesn't live or laugh.
At all.
He doesn't do either.
Ever. Absolutely.
He's a very
Absolutely.
sleepy man.
Absolutely. And so, Time Signs is located in Birmingham, Alabama. Phone number 205-259-8254.
Time
Hit 'em up.
Signs.
Time Signs, man. Yeah, support local business.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Also,
This
just to
episode
throw
is
it out
not
there,
sponsored.
Yeah, he's not
Gamer
sponsored, dude.
Geeks.
He's just
Check
awesome.
out
He's a cool
Gamer
guy.
Geeks as well.
Absolutely.
Local
yeah.
business again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the owner of Gamer Geeks on our very first episode.
Got to get him back
Awesome.
on.
Yeah,
Yep.
go back and watch.
Mm-hmm. Gambit
Okay.
Geek, GG, get it?
GG.
Okay. News Jutsu.
News Jutsu.
You don't even have to jutsu at me
That's
anymore.
right.
I've been
Yeah,
staying
man.
on it.
I
I've been
just-
doing
I
it
just
for
like
like
popping
weeks
it.
now.
I
I
just
know.
like popping the Jutsu, bro.
Yeah, right.
You know?
So,
Yeah.
Brawlhalla cross Street Fighter?
Man, everybody's hands are so big.
Yeah.
That's so big.
Yeah, absolutely. Like super deformed characters.
Yeah.
Chibi
It looks
boys.
cool.
It
I guess I
yeah.
didn't realize that all these characters had unique moves as well
Yeah.
as also having, because I thought it was all about the weapons combat in Brawlhalla.
No, Brawlhalla is just another like arena fire a la Smash Brothers.
Smash, about to
Yeah.
say,
But
it's like a
for
Smash
everyone.
clone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
just have a
everyone-
more stable set of weapons.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
they're actually adding Ryu.
Ryu,
They're adding
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li, and they're adding Akuma. baby.
Akuma.
They're adding Goki.
No
baby.
monkey man.
You know? Oh no.
I always forget about
no.
my Blanca man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, man.
From the
He would have been perfect.
Jimmy?
Like, for that art style, Blanca
Yeah.
would have been perfect.
I know.
would've
That's
He's
what I'm
already
saying,
got
man.
big arms.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you never know, if these things really take off because
Yeah.
Brawlhalla is one of those like hidden gems that a lot of people
Right.
don't know about, man. But it's very, very successful. It's a great game.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
so if people
Yeah.
really get behind this,
Is
Street
it
Fighter,
free?
it's free to play, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
Yeah,
think it is free to play. And so
if not, it's fucking cheap. It's
right.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean, if this takes off, maybe they'll be like, all right, well, let's throw some Monkey Man at you.
Heck
'Cause,
yeah.
you know,
Start
probably
throwing other
not,
weird
but who knows?
characters. Here's Senko.
Exactly.
Here's,
well,
uh,
I think
Yeah.
now that with Nickelodeon All Stars and with the multiverses, coming out, like the eyes are back on arena fighters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I think we'll hear about Power Stone very, very soon.
Oh.
I truly
Well,
believe this. I
well,
believe.
and you also have like Smash winding
Oh,
down for the
God.
most part,
Well,
so
yeah.
people
Dude,
feel
I hadn't even put
comfortable.
Power Stone back in
putting
my
out,
brain.
right? Now's the time. Plug it
Oh,
in, dude.
did you ever play Power Stone, dude?
No.
Oh, my God.
That's one of those
Welcome to the Power
Dreamcast
Stone
classics,
world. Oh,
man.
nice.
Yes.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, it was a 4-player arena combat.
It's like One Piece the Fighter.
Oh, nice.
Kind of. But you're in these arenas, and it's actually you move on a 3D plane, so you
Yeah.
move into the background, out of the background.
Oh, cool.
But based on your character's size, their weight, you can interact with the background in different ways, right? So if you
right.
play as one of the beefier characters, you can actually like rip posts out of the ground.
Yeah,
and swing 'em
totally.
at people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
dude.
if you're a light character, your character will maybe like swing around the post.
Can't you double
Oh,
jump
okay.
sometimes too?
Ayame
Yeah.
can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
she can. And basically, what you're doing is you're running around fighting each other to get the control of these 3 gems, right? 3 to 5. That's up to
you know,
you.
Chaos
but
Emeralds, whatever.
exactly,
Right, yeah.
exactly. But when you get enough of them, it'll actually transform your character into like a mega version of themselves.
Yup.
Like Ryoma the samurai
Yeah,
would go
dude.
like silver samurai style.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
And like all of a sudden he's like unsheathing his weapon Iato, shooting blades out across the screen.
Yup.
It's super hype. And then they had Power Stone 2, where they added a lot of different drops, a lot of different weapons that you can interact with, and vehicles. So every once in a while, a tank would come down. You can get in that tank and just start bucking at
Yep.
people. There were like hazards, like stage hazards and
Yeah.
such.
But it's a
Like-
3-player fighter.
It's 4.
You sure?
I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident there's 4 players, bro.
I always thought of it as a 3-player fighter. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think it was 4 because the Dreamcast had 4 ports on it.
It does have 4 ports on it. You're right about that. That's just math right there.
Right there we go. Simple math. Fun
Check
with
the math.
numbers, you know. And so I mean, it is. I would love to have an online Power Stone.
Oh yeah.
You know, and just get together with 3 of your friends and jam out on a really fun. It's very bright, colorful, and vibrant.
Nice.
Yeah, like I mean, if you haven't played Power Stone, go back, check it out. They did a remaster for the. Well, it wasn't a remaster; it was a collection for the PSP. And that's the last time that we've seen it.
Really? Oh, okay.
And so, but it was part of that Capcom leak. So
yeah,
we know that it's on the horizon.
Hopefully, it's brand new Power Stone though, rather
Confirmed.
Well,
it's 4.
I would take a remaster.
It is 4.
Yeah, it's
okay.
4. Nerd. I would take a remaster, but hopefully we'll get a Power Stone 3 if people buy the game.
Hey, look, we bullied Robbie until he joined the chat.
I was asking last night, like, so how's Cowboy Bebop the
We're
show?
like, well, you're gonna have to tune in
gotta
tomorrow
tune in
to find out.
Nice.
Oh, man.
So, Halo Infinite Fracture?
Yeah, so they have
What
an
is
event
this?
going on right now that's really cool. It's
Fracture Tenrai.
Fracture Tenrai, and there's a game mode called Fiesta. So it's
Boy.
random guns.
Boy, Fiesta forever.
What are you shooting pinatas?
Nah,
Jesus.
man, it's all
It
like,
devolves
every
into
time
Hammer Sword
It's
game.
bad. Every time you spawn, you spawn with 2 randomized weapons
And
so
an
you
item.
might have and equipment. So you might come down with a pistol, assault rifle,
Right.
or you might come down with a rocket launcher and a gravity hammer.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
boy.
never
Yeah, man.
really know.
Yeah, and you keep put on the hammer.
and you will be rewarded. Oh, I'm telling you, dude, that gravity hammer is so rewarding.
You come around a corner and you're like, well, fuck, I'm dead.
Yeah, And, I mean, it has incredible range too,
Yeah,
man.
I can't
Like,
believe that.
it's
Dude, the AoE on the
insanely
hammer is
long range.
stupid, dude.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
And it
Don't
also has
underestimate it.
depth to it, so if you're
Yes.
coming down and you hit it, then you'll still annihilate them.
Or
Like,
if they're
it's-
above
yeah.
you.
Yep.
You know, they
Uh-huh.
try to several times. People are trying to because now they've added
you
vaulting.
just have this sphere AoE that you do. you
Uh-huh,
know?
yeah, they've added vaulting to Halo, so you
Yeah.
can actually like climb up walls and stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as you see that head
people try
pop
to
up,
run
you
away.
dot.
I had one dude who
Like
was just trying to
whack-a-mole.
climb up a wall to get away from me, and I'm like, put on the hammer, and he goes launching. Dude, we need to mod that. I wonder if we can mod that in. Like every time you
Seriously?
hit, with the hammer.
It's like the Juggernaut bitch, Juggernaut
Uh-huh.
from MVC2, you know?
Yeah.
Put in all his lines. My suit is so tight. And he does the rush. Like,
Hit with your own pimp, Charles.
Get out of my head, Charles.
But this is just an event that
It's
they're
an
doing.
event that's happening right now, yeah.
Yes.
And you get a special armor, Yoroi.
Yeah, Yoroi. It's the Yoroi armor. Essentially, what they've done is they have, because the game is free to play,
Yeah.
they have a battle pass system where as you're basically just a track progression. So as you accomplish certain goals, it levels up your player and you unlock different items for your for cosmetics. You know? You get experience or different like shoulder pads, little pauldrons. That's a big deal in the Star Wars universe. You get different visors and shit like that. Most of it it's okay, but the Yoroi armor set
It's
is
so
sick.
cool.
It's sick. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I managed to get it last night, but you don't have any colors, so that's why everybody's gray whenever you see that Yoroi. You have to unlock those colors, and the problem is that one of the colors, well, most of them actually haven't been introduced to the game yet. The only one that has, you have to pay for.
Fuck off.
It is in the cash shop.
Fuck off,
Yeah,
man.
which is the biggest handicap of Halo multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's like they monetize everything. After they told us that you unlock everything through playing the game, false.
False.
Boo.
And there's a lot of FOMO too. So
I don't know, man. Like, I don't care about cosmetics. I just don't care. But as I'm playing this game, I'm like, it would be nice to have that.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be cool to have that color set.
Bro,
It'd be.
I love cosmetics.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I can't help it. Like Final Fantasy 14, the end game is
Dude.
glamour.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
how relaxed can I look
Exactly.
while I'm whooping that monkey ass?
How big of a feather can I actually get?
Yeah, in my hat.
I want a
Big.
I want that feather to drag.
I want
You
to
got
be
a red
around.
mage
Sure,
feather,
yeah,
dude.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
Hell
And so
yeah.
I'm all about it. So and also I think for a game like that, having a progression system is just positive, right? It just gives you more reasons to do this thing that's already fun.
Right.
But, you get to a point where it's like, they give you these 3 challenges, and you can actually re-roll those challenges if they prove difficult. Like, okay, get 20 kills with a pistol.
I've re-rolled a couple of them. Like when it's like you have to win a CTF match. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Even sometimes just capturing the flag yourself, that can be tough.
Yeah,
seriously. Depending on what's going on. But, after a while, it's like, instead of just playing Halo, I'm playing Halo, but also trying to do these things. It's like, okay, well, you have to get a double kill. It's like, well, let's go get that hammer. Let's go get that rocket launcher. And then you're starting to fish for it. Absolutely. They're totally necessary. And it's a great motivator, just to keep you playing the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to make me spend the $9 to get the fucking battle pass.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. That's like, okay, so you get the battle pass. That gives you a 4th challenge slot. Also, the battle pass has its own progressions, and so that's all the stuff you unlock there.
So if you've already unlocked so many things,
once you pay for the battle pass,
then I'll just get them.
Yeah, you'll just get
fucking
them.
goddamn it.
Yeah.
Well, then they've sold me already. It's worth the $9.
They from Call of Duty.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, we're gonna play it, right? It's worth the $9.
Yeah, right. And
Jesus.
it was free. It was free.
It is. Well, free's a weird term, right? Because we're paying for Game Pass, but Game Pass seems like such a good deal that when you get a game on Game Pass, you're like, oh, I didn't pay for this.
I didn't pay for it. Hey,
how does that make sense?
Right.
But in our brains, that's what our brains tells us. Oh, I didn't pay for this.
We didn't pay $70 today.
That's right. Because I did not have to go pay $70 today plus tax.
Right.
That's right.
I've recovered from that $14 for the month. I'm over that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, here, have 8 more.
That's a meal.
Yeah, right.
Like, let's move on.
It's a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
So, DC Super Pets.
Dude, that looks way better than it should.
It really does. It looks fucking funny.
It's the Secret Life of Pets in the DC universe.
Crypto's Super Dog is finally getting some love.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And he is voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Is his name Crypto?
Crypto.
Like the currency?
Just like that. That's what they were thinking about.
That's where they got it from.
That's where they got it. Coined. Bitcoined.
Literally.
I mean, they got to make that reference at some point, right?
Right.
They have to.
It'll probably be in there.
It'll probably be in there.
I really like
should have called you Ethereum.
Right. I love how he was like, tied up on a bench next to a normal dog.
Oh yeah. He was making him feel awkward.
He's trying to have a conversation with him. And the normal dog's just like, you're fucking weird.
Now, what was it? So what'd you do today? I bit a FedEx guy. Whoa, was he part of the Legion of Doom?
Was he a super villain?
No, he was.
He worked. He was like, who do you work for? He's like, FedEx.
FedEx. Yeah. Ooh,
the federal. Yeah, it's like the Federation of X's.
Yeah. So that's The Rock.
That's The Rock. We got like Kevin Hart is in there playing a dog. We've got it's weird.
Is it anybody else's pets or is it just Crypto?
That's what I was wondering.
It looks like it's going to be the Justice League, and they all have their own pets. Because Cyborg, I think, I think Crypto ends up getting alienated from the super pets and ends up in the pound and hanging out with the vagrants and trying to teach them that they had
some Secret Life of Pets.
It's literally the Secret Life of Pets.
Wow. Okay.
And so
with superpowers.
And then you got John Krasinski. John Krasinski is Superman.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hell
yeah.
Gotcha.
And so something for the kids, something for the family. I do too.
Yeah.
I like his weird nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such an odd nose. That Jim nose.
Oh, Jim.
So
Jim had the best. Like, did you just hear what that motherfucker said?
Oh,
Look, like he had the best. I'm not the only one hearing this bullshit, right?
It was always so weird to watch like the British Office versus the American.
Dude, the British Office kind of sucks.
It's not even funny.
Like, it's not.
It's just weird.
No, it's just awkward.
It's just awkward.
Yeah,
not weird. It's just awkward.
Awkward as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like only a few episodes, but they're kind of hard to make it through.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I think I might have got halfway through the British Office, and then I was like, well, I get it. I'm going to go watch the good one now.
Exactly, because, I mean,
but Ricky Gervais helped write the regular Office, so it's like he brought his part too. I don't know. I bet they just signed him on for writing, credits so that they wouldn't have trouble.
He probably also knows that the original isn't funny.
He likes awkward humor. He fucking knows that shit's not funny. He's like, no, I'm trying to creep you out and make you think of that boss that you don't like. That's what I'm fucking doing. I'm not trying to be funny.
He was the funniest part of that show, though.
Yeah, he was.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly. So Hitman 3.
Yeah.
This one's
What?
easy.
Yeah.
Basically,
It exists.
Well, it does. It does. It's just been so very successful with their launch and with their well, bye then. Well, I'm just saying this next part was for you.
Man, it got dark quick.
It did. It did.
Damn.
Black as night. Black as night. But no, they finished their season of, I forgot what they called that whole thing. It was like the 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, okay.
And so they finished all of that, so they went through those, and it was very well received. People
cool.
have loved the game and they've supported it. And it's great. It's like one of the best stealth games out there. If you're into creative killing,
Right.
But
Which I am.
I definitely am as well, sir. And so what they've announced is that we are announcing a new storyline that we're going to be doing. Okay. They're also adding Hitman Vr. It's coming to PC. It's coming to Quest. It's coming to Rift, which is going to be amazing. Because it was previously it was exclusive to PSVR, and you couldn't use your Move controllers. You can only use a controller, right? So the controllers mimic your hands. So as you move them, then it'll show you your hands. And you can grab items, objects, grab people by the throat and choke them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get behind them with your fiber
Get the
wire
out.
And choke them like that. But now we'll have full touch support. So with full touch support, all of a sudden, you can put somebody in a headlock over here, hold them, shoot them over here. Now we're playing, right? Pick up this object.
That'll make me buy the game
throw
right
it.
there.
Absolutely. So that's going to be massive for the franchise.
Oh, hell yeah.
Actually having, you can be Agent 47.
I was apprehensive because of the PSVR version being locked to just using the DualShock.
It works very well.
It
but
looked like it did.
It definitely leaves a little bit to be desired.
But you want to pull your gun out.
Yeah. I mean, you can still pop your pistol out and stuff like that, but it is kind of silly to see your hands always moving together, and then you have to actually use the light
the whole
bar.
time.
Right. Exactly.
It's kind of weird, right? And then you use the light bar to aim.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so if you're blind firing, you got to do this weird, funky motion, and it's just it's odd. It works very well, but touch support will be a game changer.
So are they going to do the same thing where they release the trilogy and allow you to play all 3 games?
This is just the VR coming to Rift and Quest.
That's all.
So it's the exact same setup. So you can play through all the old content. If you're a Hitman fan and you have Hitman 1, 2, 3, whatever, you can play all that previous content on the Hitman 3 engine. With the engine. So that's going to be huge for PC VR, for Quest 2 users, man.
Yeah. So is it coming out native for Quest 2 or is it?
Yeah.
Dude, see, I thought it was PC. I thought it was PC only.
No. It's coming out for everything. And so, and I think it's coming out in like January or February. It's soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fucking February, man.
I don't know.
That's going to be a packed month, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So, but that's exciting, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm totally ready.
So you were saying this was already out together.
Yeah, together.
With a W.
Yeah.
Together.
Twogether.
This is a PS exclusive multiplayer. I'm glad to see couch co-op coming back.
Right.
Essentially, it's very much like a more serious version of It Takes Two.
Yeah.
It's like more sci-fi.
It Takes Two Portal, essentially.
Right. Yeah. Around that somewhere.
Kind
so you'll have one person.
Puzzle room, escape room kind of stuff.
Theoretically. That's
theoretically,
they put out a teaser trailer for it, so we don't know exactly how far they're going to go with it, but if they're learning from It Takes Two, which is actually nominated for Game of the Year this year.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. It got a nomination, and it's hard, man, because that game is really good.
The voice acting's amazing.
It is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. The voice acting.
Again, indie games killing it with the voice acting.
Seriously, man. And then just having something to play with, your kids or your spouse or, a friend that you have. Like, I love couch co-op experiences.
Yeah.
I love them, and we don't have enough of them. And so it's nice to see that once again coming to the forefront. You know? So Together is aiming to do the same thing. It recently launched. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. If you guys have played it, let us know how it is, because I'm very, very curious.
Looks cool, though.
Yeah.
PlayStation exclusive.
PS4, right?
Yeah.
Well, but that also puts it on PS5. So.
Six in one hand, half dozen
by the
in
way,
other,
I was looking at it. If I get the digital version of Elden Ring, then I get it for PS4 as well.
Sweet.
So
all right.
I'll probably just go ahead and grab it.
There's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way they should do it for the coming future. Just go ahead and give you entitlement to both of them.
Yeah, I think most people are going to kind of have to do that now.
Yeah.
You know, after they were just like, okay, well, you can just pay for both versions. And everybody's like,
Nope. Fuck you. Yeah.
For real. It's not the agreement we made.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't want some extra version just to make it to where I can get both versions either. Like, I don't want to have to spend an extra 10, 15 so you get both
Get
of
our
them.
Get our Ultimate Deluxe package.
No,
and then you'll get dual entitlement.
No, dual entitlement is just the...
Yeah, that's
why do they have
awful.
to say it like that, man?
Right.
Make me feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Right. You're just entitled, man. That's your problem. It's like you're entitled, and now you want to be dual entitled?
I'm dual entitled.
With you, man?
Oh my god. Yeah. So Luke came out for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
he looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah, I mean they did a whole thing. If you guys want to check it out, it's like a 30-minute video, just
It's
detailing all of his moves, set and his combos and all that kind of stuff. He looks awesome.
He's very different. He's very different from the roster.
He seems more SNK.
Yeah, you know. Well, the big thing about Luke, the big purpose of adding him to the game is to give people kind of a glimpse into Street Fighter 6. You know, and so a lot of people are saying, like, you know, you have a lot of details that are in that 30-minute long trailer that kind of show you glimpses of what Street Fighter 6 might be.
Yeah.
Now, this could be mere speculation, but it was, you know, actually stated that he is going to be one of the main protagonists of Street Fighter 6.
Oh.
And so this is one of those things, kind of just to get us ready for the next step, the next stage of Street Fighter evolution.
Luke is going to be one of the main characters. Okay. Well, I guess Alex was the main character of 3, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you never know what that actually means. It doesn't really mean there's no Ryu, there's no Ken.
No, it doesn't mean that at all.
It just means if you
story.
pay attention to the story, this is the guy you're probably following.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's probably been modified by Bison like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He's probably got some psycho genes popping because everybody does. You know?
Why is he injecting folks with psycho genes?
Bro,
all the time,
he's just trying to find a new shelf for himself.
That's it.
His body's degrading, so he has to find a new host to put himself in.
He's the emperor.
Yeah.
He's the emperor. Yeah.
He is. Man, with a big cheese.
Yeah. Psycho crusher.
Dude, I just love his face, man. My boy, he's so happy to be alive. You know, and happy to make you dead.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
He's
proud
to make you dead.
yeah.
But yeah, Street Fighter.
That's
Luke.
just the Tuesday.
Yeah. And so Luke is here. Let's go.
So Thymesia, is that what it is? So
Yeah.
this is the one that's basically new Skyrim but an MMO.
No, this one is that like kind of Souls.
Oh, this is the Soulsy one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Which does look beautiful. It looks like it has a little bit of like Naraka Blade Point.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like more
Fury, like you were
stylish.
saying.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Well,
like enemies will shoot at you, but it has more like stylish combat
Yeah.
for
Right.
Souls like, you know, even more stylish than something like Neo, which is already like super stylish, but still kind of grounded.
Yeah.
This looks like we're just gonna just let you go off the rails. You can teleport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
There you go.
what the fuck, man? So
it looks fun. You know?
it does look good.
But it's also one of those things that I'd want to try before I actually felt a certain way about it, because this is an easy thing to fuck up.
Well, I guess it's
You know
like
what I mean?
bring back demos, right?
Right.
You know, it's like you have a few games now that actually put
Man.
demos out, and maybe everybody should. Just let
hey
people
man,
have a
I've
taste.
always been on the side of every game should have a demo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, books have that little blurb on the back.
Right.
Movies and TV shows have trailers.
Right.
Right.
You know, games should have demos.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times you can look at a trailer for a game and not know how that motherfucker's going to feel until you have it in your hand.
Don't you remember the days where you used to go into a Sears and walk up to a kiosk and play
Yeah.
a demo?
Or don't you remember the days of getting like PlayStation Magazine and then they
Getting
have a
the disc
demo
in there.
disc?
Disc in there.
Or you bought the PlayStation Magazine and somebody done stole the disc out of it.
Oh,
You know?
That was
dude,
actually
that
more
was,
common.
God,
That's
don't get
why
them from
you-
the grocery
That's
store.
why you got to check. You got
Uh-huh.
to flip to the back real quick
That's
before
right.
you buy
Right. You pull from the back. You don't
That's
pull
right.
that first magazine.
No.
No.
Man,
Like
I pull
5 or
from the
6
back
deep.
for like everything.
Me too.
I don't know, like,
Same here.
Like if I'm getting a drink, a fountain drink, I always get like 3-4 lids in.
Right.
I'm not gonna get that first lid. That first lid was dropped on the ground. Somebody fucking stepped
People
on it
been
and then put
opening
it
and
back.
closing that door.
I know
It's
what
been hot.
happens.
It goes
Okay,
hot,
it's been
cold,
it's been
cold,
hot.
cold.
Getting dust all on it.
Touching
it.
coughing.
Grease.
You've been grease lightning. God, those were the days.
Yeah.
So apparently Martha is dead.
Martha is
Martha
fucking
dead.
dead.
Martha be
dude.
dead.
Martha
She dead.
dead, dude.
She's super dead.
She dead.
She's all the way dead.
What wrong with you?
What?
You know,
So you were saying this is going to be more like a Fatal Frame type
It
of
looks.
game? Yeah.
It looks like that.
It
at
looks
least, you know, somewhere
yeah.
Silent Hill, Fatal Frame, that kind of area in there. Well, PT, I guess. You know,
PT,
right.
You know, but you know.
Well, yeah, I it looks more like somewhere around Silent Hill meets Death Stranding meets Fatal Frame, because you do use a camera to interact with the world.
Yep.
And so so that's very Fatal Frame, which is kind of a ripoff and kind of wrong in a way, but the game looks like it's going to be creepy. So I mean, if they pull it off, I mean, they're not doing anything for real with Fatal Frame, so
I mean, might as well.
yeah,
Right.
right. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's Nintendo. Y'all need to step it up. We need to start doing some different shit. 'Cause that's Konami, right? Who makes Fatal Frame? Moth Wolf. Who makes Fatal Frame? Or Robbie. Robbie might know.
I don't think it is
It's
Konami.
not.
I don't think it's Konami.
I really want to say it's fucking Bandai, Namco Bandai,
Is
but
it?
I also feel wrong about that too.
It might be Namco Bandai. You could be right. It is
What does it say? What's your phone say?
I know
Koei
that-
Tecmo.
Koei.
Yes.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course
Now I
it's
remember seeing
Koei
that KT.
Tecmo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
And so,
sense.
But
yeah.
in affiliation with Nintendo.
Yeah.
And so
Makes
once
sense
again,
in
they're
so many
they're really
ways.
good at letting things languish. Like, dude,
That's why
Seriously.
them ghosts have tits.
Yeah, that's why.
Jesus.
Man, Koei Tecmo doesn't care about anything but Neo, because Neo's what's making it the money right now.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
Which Neo's good, but you know.
Yeah. Until they, he's like, fuck if I know.
Fuck if I know. It's all right.
Fuck
We
if
looked
I
it up.
know. Harumph. You got technology. Look it up yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it would be cool to look. We have let too many horror
that's what the
franchises
internet
die
says.
at this point.
Right.
Resident Evil is the only one that's really still
Doing
going.
it.
Oh, and they're
hard,
trying to
for
kill
real.
it with
You
this
know?
new movie.
Boy. It's funny because nobody expects this movie to be good. But a lot of people want to see it.
Because they've seen the trailer.
Right.
Like,
but still, people want to see it.
yeah, I mean, I kind of want to see it too.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go pay money for it.
Right.
Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck on that. They took Resident Evil 1 and 2 and slammed them together in an hour and a half long
No.
film.
Well,
Absolutely
but this
not.
is also the first time that we actually get a Resident Evil movie that's based on the games, right? So that
Okay. Yeah.
True.
it
Yeah.
has something. Pardon me, please. But, it has something going for it.
Mhm.
But if that trailer's any indicator,
Yeah,
Ain't
it's
looking
probably
good.
not going to be
Those
any
liquors
good.
look like shit.
Yeah, they look real
They look
bad.
real
Dude.
bad.
Leon looks fucking weird.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Claire looks all right. I'm like, oh, okay, that's Claire. Cool.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Sold.
Right.
But the
And
rest
so-
of it,
So they got, yeah,
I feel like they should just give that to us for free.
Rick Rockfucker
Since we never
Redfield in there.
Rockfucker Redfield. They should just give it to us, man. Since we never got RE-verse, they should have just been like
Yeah.
everybody who's
know.
purchased Village.
you
gets
just get
this
this
movie.
movie.
Yeah, right.
Like, here you go, cuz. You
That'd
ain't
be
gotta go to
awesome.
the theater.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Is Barry in it?
Barry better be.
He ought to be.
Barry
yeah.
better be.
I mean, that original.
I better
Stars
hear
group
the
is gonna
words
be there.
Jill Sandwich come out of somebody's mouth.
I know
Are they-
Wesker looks weird. I
Yeah,
saw
he
a
does.
picture of him. I was like,
Yeah.
no, that ain't.
I don't know.
No, man.
Like, why take creative license?
Wesker's like Agent Smith. You don't need him to be this fucking regular ass dude.
You just need that black trench coat.
That's
bro.
right,
That
yeah.
leather trench coat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Come in, hit that punch.
Wesker Palm.
Well, this is the early version of Wesker, like before he went super powered.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like RE1 Wesker.
Before he
Yeah.
started fucking banging G-Virus over there.
Exactly. You know,
Jeez.
because at first he
I
wasn't
need
like,
my
completely-
G-hypos.
You know.
Damn.
So Scott, this next one.
Yeah, there's a rumor that Square might be working on a Chrono Cross remake.
So are you a
thought
fan
that
of
was pretty
Chrono
much
Cross?
confirmed.
I respect Chrono Cross.
Because Chrono Cross is really good.
Yeah,
Chrono
it
Cross
is
is
good.
really
good-ass
good.
game.
It's a solid game.
It also has
It's
a awesome
fucking
soundtrack.
long.
It is very
is
long.
very long.
Yeah.
But it is a solid good game. The battle
Yeah.
system's great. I would love for them to remake this game and
Yeah.
put it on everything. This was on the Nvidia list that leaked.
Yes.
So that's where this is coming from. So it's not
Okay.
confirmed. It's just kind of a rumor right now. But it
Yeah.
would be really cool if it was real.
Yeah.
But you know what I have to say about this?
I know exactly what you have to say about this. Go ahead and say it.
Where the fuck is Chrono Trigger? Okay, you
That's
ain't
what
even
people
got to
want.
remake that shit. Just port it.
Just put it out.
Port it, guys.
Here's what's happening, man. You know what it is. What it is that they're like, okay, we're gonna string you along with this Final Fantasy VII remake as long as possible, and then once we wrap that up, we're gonna announce Chrono Trigger remake, and then we're gonna do the same shit to you.
You know,
all right? So some of us won't
my
live
God.
long
That's the
enough
thing,
to play
is,
the
like,
games.
I don't
it
know
looking
if I
like Dragon
want
Quest 9 or whatever, Dragon Quest 12, 11,
11?
whatever number it is.
Yeah.
The Dragon Quest that looks really good. Imagine Chrono Trigger like that.
Right.
Just
right.
I mean,
I wonder
I'd
if they'll
play
emo
it
it
but-
out. They'll probably emo it out.
Oh, I don't mean open
yeah.
world. I just mean graphics quality.
No, graphics quality. I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence with it because, I mean, obviously, if they re-release, like, did like an actual remake of Chrono Trigger, obviously, I'd fucking pick it up.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd play it. But that's why. But a part of me is like, yeah, but if they make it all like CG models and stuff, you kind of lose a lot of the charm from the pixel art.
Only if they change a bunch more. So what if they
Right.
Trying to make it
only
too realistic.
changed that?
About to say,
Right?
if they start
Right.
making it realistic, they
No,
miss,
no.
they
Well, I mean, you
they
got
need
Frog.
that. They need that good Toriyama like 3D look.
Oh,
that
yeah.
a bunch of people
Yeah,
have perfected
absolutely.
now. But imagine from exactly the same perspective, maybe the ability to shift the camera around, but not all full on 3D,
full 3D,
right? If
yeah.
it was still isometric, but you just have the ability to give it a little
I think it would
twist
be
and look at
third
everything.
person.
Yeah,
I
man,
really
see,
do
like
believe
they'd be
that.
fucking up if they did that.
Because
Yeah.
I mean that's what Square Enix is doing right now. Is trying to make everything as cinematic as possible, right?
True.
And then honestly,
They can
Chrono Trigger,
they can lean into the cinematic side of it.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
it needs
When it
cinematics,
needs
Right.
cinematic.
but they don't have to do that for the regular gameplay. You know
because
what I
Chrono
mean?
Trigger is not really that long of a game.
It's not. It's
yeah.
not. You can bust that shit out. I mean, shit, dude. I play it at least once a year, and I can knock it out in about 15 hours.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
not long at all.
which is
Oh,
it, but
yeah.
it's tight.
He's right. Sakaguchi wouldn't be involved in Chrono Trigger if they
Yep.
did it. You know, because he's Mistwalker now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be a.
Yeah, but they don't.
It's
Since
a-
it's a remake, you don't have to have the original creator as long as you stay to the original creator's wishes. Like look at Shadow of the Colossus. It completely
True.
encapsulates everything that they were going for with the original one, especially with the tone and the feeling and all that stuff. They just made all the systems a little bit tighter
Right,
and made the game
right.
look better.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do with that game.
Right.
You don't fucking have to fix Chrono Trigger.
No, no.
Right.
You
You
can.
know,
no one wants you
there's
to
no,
fix
nobody
no one
wants
wants
you
you
to
to
do not
fix
fix
it.
Chrono Trigger.
No.
For
All
real.
I really want them to do with it, if they remade it, cool. But
Yeah.
all I want them to do is just port over the fucking original
The
game.
original one, yeah.
The original game.
To everything.
Not
To
the
just
iOS
everything.
bullshit that they got on
Yeah.
Steam right now. The original fucking game.
We like doing that nowadays. We take a iOS version of something and re-release it as a remake.
Yep.
Yep.
Great. It's the definitive edition.
I mean, dude,
bullshit.
I mean, not only that, we'll take that and then blow it up and put it in Dave and Buster's and be like, this is a new arcade game.
Oh my God.
And it's like, wait,
Dude,
I'm swiping.
Temple
on a
Temple Run, the arcade game, was
Yeah.
so dumb to
It's
me.
like, you want me to pay money for that? That was
Fuck
free.
off.
You
man.
know?
And you didn't even give me a joystick.
Right?
Come
You gotta
on.
swipe the screen.
Fuck off.
You know?
A bunch of drunk fucks sneezing in their hands,
Uh-huh.
swiping on this damn screen.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
You better be bringing in some vinyl gloves.
Right?
The same people that lick their fingers before they count their money.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
You know?
thank you.
Like, why do you do
Ugh,
that?
yuck.
You know? Yeah, you go to the grocery
Yuck.
store and then all of a sudden she's like, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, keep it. Let's get.
I'll
But I want my
pay,
change.
I'll pay for this because fuck that.
Right. Just start grabbing stuff from the impulse line, impulse
no,
buy
thank you.
aisle. You know. Jeez.
Well, I'm hyped about this next one, Monster Rancher 1
I
and
can't
2
even believe this.
Get 'em,
DX.
Scoot.
Dude, I
Isn't that
can't even
wild?
believe it.
Isn't it
Dude,
wild?
I was just scrolling through the Nintendo eShop,
Yeah.
and it just popped up, and I was just like,
Wait, is it
no.
live? Is it already live?
No, it's not live.
Okay, I
it's coming
didn't
in
think so.
December.
Let's
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
so it's
my
literally
God.
right around the corner.
Tell
man.
them what's up, man.
Tell 'em
Dude,
what's up, bro.
okay, so for those of you that don't know, Monster Rancher was one of those early PS1 games
Yes.
that came out kind of in competition with Pokemon at the time,
Oh,
because
yeah.
Pokemon, it was that whole like collect monsters and fight them kind of genre.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think it's better than Pokemon. Honestly, I
Ooh,
played that.
boy, that's a
more.
hot take.
Yeah,
That's a
mean,
hot take.
that's a
Yeah,
hot-
It's a
seriously.
hot take.
I don't know if I can say all
But,
that, but I really enjoyed Monster
I
Rancher.
played
so.
more
I don't know if
Monster
we can
Rancher
protect
than
this
I did
man.
Pokemon.
He
Martyr
said it,
you.
not us.
Go ahead, destroy me in the comments. I
Oh
don't give
my
a fuck.
God, lambast this man.
Yeah.
Robbie loves them.
But yeah, no,
They are
Monster
good.
Rancher is high, and you're getting both of them.
Yeah.
And the way they're doing it, because the gimmick with Monster Rancher back in the day is you would take the disc out of your PlayStation, put a CD, a musical CD,
Like your
in.
favorite music CD.
see,
like Glenn Danzig.
This a laser.
Danzig.
disc.
not,
There's
not
a
a
monster
laser
on there.
Oh no. So when you put the CD in your PlayStation, it would generate a monster
Generate a
for you.
monster
based
for you.
on the music. Yeah.
Right. And it was awesome. It was, dude. I can't tell you how many times I just sit there, boot up the game, and just flip through my fucking CD book like
Yeah.
the whole time.
What do we get now?
Yeah, what's lurking on you?
That's right.
Yanni.
Are you a wolf? Are you a dinosaur? Spin Doctors was a dinosaur.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah, and so
Any-
yeah,
anyway,
go ahead.
so obviously you can't do that with the Switch, which I think this is coming to multiple things, but
Yes.
it's definitely
Yes.
coming to Switch.
That's it.
But
Yellow one-eyed thing. That's
yellow
what he said.
one-eyed thing.
Yeah, that is Monster Rancher.
That is
Absolutely.
Monster
Worm with
Rancher.
one eye.
Yeah.
Cyclops
Yep.
worm. Uh-huh.
hey,
go on.
hey,
can't believe he's coming back. Okay.
hey, did you watch the
He's
show?
so
The
excited.
show was
There was a
rad.
show?
There was a
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Whoa.
Early morning UPN like fucking shows. Great.
Dude.
Oopin'.
Oopin'.
What the fuck?
Anyways, so what they're doing with this new release, though, because
Yeah.
obviously you can't use CDs, and who the fuck uses CDs nowadays, is you can pull codes off. Well, yeah, I mean, just
I have
in
a
general,
massive-
just in
I have a
general.
massive collection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
There's a stack of them right there. You,
Right.
You want to look at my Yes collection right here?
What kind of monsters is on them?
That's
Yeah.
right. But they're gonna let you use MP3s.
Yes.
So you
Yeah,
can get like a
dude.
code offline. So potentially, you don't even have to own the album or the song
Right.
to pull a monster off of it.
That's
Right.
so cool.
That's awesome.
That
I
is
can't
great.
wait.
Now
to
you
get
can
my hands
pirate
on it.
monsters.
That's
Oh,
right.
you wouldn't download a monster, would you?
Dude.
Oh, you would.
You got too many monster quips over here. You got- They're too good.
Make it too easy.
There's a monster on there.
I don't know if you could fit a laser disc into a PlayStation. That would be kind of difficult.
That would be difficult. You have
You
to,
wouldn't
like-
be able to close
You
it.
gotta hold it above the PlayStation and spin it yourself
Yeah,
and hope the laser reads it.
You know? I wonder how it's gonna sell, man. I wonder how it's gonna perform.
I hope it does well. I mean, I'm buying it.
Yeah, because that was one of those cult favorites.
Oh yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
like I mean, the Monster
Rancher.
Rancher.
community was actually like pretty vibrant and active.
Seriously.
Like, people
Yeah.
love
Uh-huh.
that game. They love that series.
That was
man.
one of those first games that I actually remember going to like Game Facts to go look up how to do X and Y.
Yep.
You know, that was one of those classic ones. you know?
Essentially, what you do is you input a code that is associated with like an album or a piece of music.
Right.
And when you put that code in, I'm sure they're gonna have just a website where you get these codes from.
You know they're gonna have
like,
a
you know,
database.
Hell
exactly
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You just type in like Danzig to Lucifuge,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh well, here's the key.
Yep.
And then you put the key in, and then they'll give you that monster.
Right.
And so
So
I don't know why I'm looking at the chat while I'm responding to it, as if you're able to see me like eye contact. I'm just like, hey, yeah, Artigoff.
It's
That's
not-
how
but
it
it's
is.
maybe,
super
maybe
cool.
I should put it right here so that it looks like you're looking in the camera.
I
when
mean,
you-
maybe so. Maybe I should just stop being weird and look at
That's
the camera.
that's the way a lot of these people do. Like when they're reading scripts, is they put that script right behind the camera so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
when they're reading, it looks like they're staring right
Sometimes
into
I
it.
wonder about that because I tend to look off and I look around and I'm like, holy shit, I'm
Yeah.
on camera. Fuck, my bad.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta look at
I'm
you
aware.
guys. Hey,
Exactly.
what's up, people?
You know?
Hey, out there in
I
internet
love that
space.
song.
what's that?
What?
What's up, people?
Oh, what up, people?
What up, people? Wicked
Maximum
Case.
the Hormone.
Maximum
the
Hormone.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely.
boy.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll listen to that tonight.
Throw that in the,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the monster
What kind of
rancher.
monsters on there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A yokai.
It's
Definitely.
no, a Shimigami, dude.
Did you notice that the bad guys from Yuki are called Yoke-aliens?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to spend more time with Yuki.
Oh man.
Mortal Online 2.
Mortal Online 2.
Hey.
This is
Looking
the
at
one.
this, this
Yes.
is the one. It's like online Skyrim.
MMO
So what does the
Skyrim.
first Mortal Online look like then? Because that's something we didn't check out.
I
I have not heard of Mortal Online than
Absolutely
before
not,
this.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
All I know is that the game looks pretty gorgeous.
It looks
looks
cool.
The
great.
combat system is very Skyrim, and that's not
That's not
necessarily
necessarily
a good thing,
Yeah.
you know. But at the
Let's
same
say
time,
dated.
if they refine
It's
it,
yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
maybe they've refined it. Who knows how to actually
Let's hope.
control?
Yeah.
But as an MMO, like maybe
Oh yeah,
could be
yeah. It
cool.
might be great.
It
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
really, might be really cool. Pardon me, man. I don't know why I have
Because it looks like
Um,
I mean, I guess if we're looking at it from that perspective, it's like a more graphically intensive Valheim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sword and board. You
Yeah.
know, like
Totally.
actually, having to actively shield, which could be really cool for PvP.
Yeah.
You know, like learning those systems, even
Yeah.
though, and you can also craft your own weapons, and that's probably what's going to be what breaks the game.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you can craft a lot of different weapons. And
Yeah.
of course, there's going to be a meta, and it'll probably be like a dagger. You know, somehow
Something
just
quick,
can't
dude.
block it.
That's
A
right.
rapier. You know, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
You know, and so, but it does. It looks really pretty. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Trailer's out. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really much.
Not much to say about it.
Not much
Yeah.
to say
Right.
about it. It's just
This one's your
more MMO.
Oh, Bobby cocked it.
Bobby cocked it. Bobby Kotick.
Dude, I thought you were about to bust out a
He
freestyle. You started adjusting that bit.
Let me
like,
say that.
oh,
Let me
no.
turn my
Oh,
headphones.
little big scoot.
I spit- I spit hot fire. So, Bobby Kotick from Activision Blizzard stepped in it.
I wasn't
It was found some
gonna
emails that
drink
he had
this.
sent to a employee
We can't cheers to that.
to where no, don't cheers to this. This is just
cheersing to
look,
you,
man.
not
We've,
to that.
you.
we've
Yeah,
known
absolutely,
that
yeah.
Bobby Kotick was a piece of shit. This just confirms it. But it was found out that he had been sending very threatening emails to employees.
Is he the
He
one
said,
that told?
"I will kill
yeah,
you."
that's right.
He said,
that's
"I
right.
will
That's what he
kill
did. And he was
you."
like, "I was just joking. It was obvious
It
hyperbole."
was obvious.
Come
I
on.
was
Right.
yeah, bullshit.
Fuck
Go-
off,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck
Yeah.
you. You look, dude. Activision Blizzard has been doing a lot of purging, and they need to keep doing it because
Yeah.
that company kind of needs to be set on fire.
Well,
at
with
this
him
point.
being the
And he's the head. The-
With him
well,
being
with-
the head, it's like people wonder if he'll actually feel any of the repercussions or backlash.
At this
even
point-
as
at this
they're-
point,
He'll get
these-
moved
because-
over to something else.
Because
is
right
what'll
now,
happen, dude.
the biggest issue is that there's a lot of pressure from Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony.
They joined up
They
on
all
this
joined
one.
up,
Yeah.
and they're just like, this is disgusting.
They're like, fuck
To the
crossplay.
point that
We got to
he's
take
like-
this man down.
Right.
This dude was like, I'll consider stepping down if I can't fix this
If I
fast
can't
enough.
fix
And
it,
I'm
yeah.
like, what?
How
the
can he
fuck?
fix it?
You can't.
Like, that's
yeah,
the
Can't fix
you
it.
tolerated this. It's not even the fact that he perpetuated anything himself. Is that he didn't
tolerated
knew the
that
shit was
kind of
going
shit
on.
while knowing.
Yeah.
underneath him. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing. It's just like, you see, I know it's easy to be like, oh man, that's just some bad faith actors or whatever in the company when you hear all this bullshit coming out about harassment and abuse and stuff like that in the work environment. But I mean, that shit starts at the top.
Absolutely.
Man. I mean,
Right.
it and he wasn't doing anything about that, and now it's just confirmed. It's just like, oh, of course he wasn't doing anything about it because he was perpetuating it. You know, so yeah, fuck Bobby Kotick.
Yeah,
Fuck
he just wants
that
to
guy.
get
Fuck,
money.
fuck Bobby
Wouldn't
Kotick,
it
fuck
be-
Blizzard, fuck Activision. fuck
Hopefully
them
he
all.
doesn't have a job ever again.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like if he steps down, then what really happens?
Yeah,
some
what
other
really
company
happened?
hires
Will that
him.
be
It's
exactly-
like the folks
Or
from
even if
Blizzard
somebody-
themselves.
yeah.
They started War Chief Games. You know what I mean? And some of
Yeah.
those people that are in War Chief Games are the same motherfuckers that were causing the frat boy style
Culture.
problems. Yeah, in Blizzard themselves. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not. It doesn't work that way. It's
Somebody
not
needs
some
to go
clean.
somebody needs to go to prison. See,
Right.
that's the only way to send a message is
know?
to really punish those that were allowing for these things to
Right.
happen or facilitating these things.
But somebody
happen.
has to
Creating
start
an
and set
environment.
this legal precedent and
Right.
put somebody in jail.
Like there,
Right.
there were
Yeah.
several reports of like rape. There were
Yeah, seriously.
several
Yeah.
reports, and he's just
Shit,
like,
that
"Oh."
girl a few
Moving
months
on.
ago that committed suicide because of all this shit.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
mean, like
Yeah,
that
so
came
it's
out.
rough.
Them
Like, I mean,
intentionally getting people too drunk during
Yeah.
company events and shit like
and
that,
so-
you know.
and folks get drunk.
I
you
mean,
know,
yeah,
things
and
happen,
I
but
can
that's
understand
just-
how company events can get out of hand really quickly, right? You have your
Right.
work persona, you got your fun persona,
You're right.
and then you have too many drinks. Well, fun persona comes out. Well, it turns out fun persona isn't fun for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's one thing on an individual basis. It's a
right,
different thing when
exactly.
It's a group mentality.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
I mean, I
especially
think
of
it's
the
fucked up.
leadership.
I
And
think it's
so-
fucked up in these situations for them to simply like require people to come to events where they're supposed to get shithoused.
Right.
Like
Right.
that
Yeah.
you know, like
Mhm.
I guess they're trying to go after the Japanese businessman persona, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
Well-
we don't have that culture here.
Right.
We don't understand
mean,
that keep it at the bar.
Well, right.
Like we don't do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I do, but you know, a lot of people have like company parties that they're all like heavily
Yeah.
encouraged to attend.
Right.
Like, you know, we're
I've
like,
always thought that was
corporate
bullshit,
Christmas
personally.
parties and
Yeah.
mixers and it's like all
Right.
these things.
I try
you
to
know, it's
avoid
just
all
like,
of that.
Right. I'm the
Right.
same way.
Like,
I'm the same way. You never know what's going to come out of it, you know?
Yeah.
But to force that on people
Yeah.
and then, you know, other things happen to them, then people have to be held accountable.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
just
Because it's
simply what it is.
obvious predation,
You know,
at this
Yeah.
point.
how,
you know?
how
Absolutely.
beautiful would it be if, and it's weird to say because as a gamer, Activision Blizzard has given me many gifts, many
Right,
things that I
right.
enjoy. However, how interesting would it be to see like Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, everyone band together to say no,
Mhm.
and somehow it destroys Activision? It would be so weird, you know. Not that I want to necessarily
It
see
kinda-
Activision destroyed,
No,
but it would be so
Mm.
almost rewarding to just see that people can make a choice to stand up for what's
Right.
Right.
and make that right
Mhm.
step, even if it comes at the cost of Call of Duty.
because
Right.
interestingly enough, as far as the three big players, Nintendo, Microsoft, and PlayStation, they have very little in the thing that I've seen as far as them having these types of issues at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're companies who are very, you know,
Right.
like good to
Or at,
their
or at the
employees.
very least, they're very good.
Professional,
They're
exactly.
Yeah,
They're
or at the least,
professional.
they're very good
Yeah.
at keeping that shit
Under
you know.
wraps.
Let's hope
Maybe
it's that
so.
they're actually good companies.
I'm gonna
Let's
I'm
just-
gonna
let's
hope
just-
that's
I
it.
feel like with all
let's
this coming out, we would definitely have.
We'd hear
heard-
some
we
some
would
shit,
heard-
right?
yeah,
We would have
yeah.
heard some
Everyone
shit, right?
would be speaking up about it if
You
that's
know?
what
Right.
was going on.
True.
Because who cares about a job?
Bobby-
At this point?
Right.
Bobby Cutlet.
Bobby Cutlet.
Bobby
Bobby
My
Cocklick.
homies hate Bobby Cutlet. And
Fuck him.
so yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
him.
Fuck him.
Down
dude.
with the man.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets some goddamn jail time. That's all
Absolutely.
I'm saying.
Mhm.
You know.
Fingers
It's the
crossed.
only thing that'll resonate.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then it'll slowly collapse the rest of these people that are in other companies that,
We
that
can
have
hope.
some kind of foothold.
We can
you know
hope.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I'd sacrifice COD for it.
Right.
Absolutely.
I would.
You know?
Absolutely.
Shit, I'd sacrifice everything Blizzard has on the line for it. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, I'm already kind of over Blizzard.
I used
mean,
to love
well,
them so much,
Overwatch,
dude. I used to love them.
I was excited
but-
for Overwatch.
Yeah.
Dude, that Diablo 2
The
it's
Resurrected?
Just, Resurrected is just sitting there, and every once in a while I go buy it, and I'm like, man, I like Diablo 2, but then
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I ain't giving money to that fucking place.
Exactly.
Well, I
Well,
mean, Diablo 2 Resurrected is pretty broken anyway. from
Yeah.
what I
Right,
understand,
so
but-
fuck him.
Well, Robbie, I will say I understand what you're saying. The coders and the designers and the artists and all these guys that work really hard at
Yeah.
doing this,
Mhm. Yeah.
they're good at their job. They'll get other jobs.
And then there
Like-
are other people under that umbrella as well who it's like Sledgehammer Games
Right.
who gets associated with them,
Uh-huh.
you know, and it really sucks because it's like they pour
Goddamn,
their
I
heart.
don't want to
They
be in
pour
the
their
same
heart
room
in.
with these people.
Yeah,
right
man,
here.
it's like,
yeah.
man, I was just doing my job.
Yeah,
you know, I've
man.
been working remotely.
Mhm.
I have nothing to do with any of this, but you know, all of a sudden my name is
Yeah.
closely associated with this thing,
Right.
and that really does
It's
suck.
terrible,
That
dude.
sucks.
Yeah, it really does
Yeah.
suck, you know.
Mhm.
But those things heal over time,
Mhm.
and it's just more important to make sure that people know that certain behaviors are simply not tolerated.
And that people
Yeah.
are being held to account.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but more than anything, people should feel comfortable with calling those fuckers out. More than
True,
anything else, man.
true.
They
And
should,
people,
they should be,
and honestly, with those designers and everything, they should feel comfortable at their job.
right.
You shouldn't have to-
You shouldn't
Yeah.
feel bullied at your job.
Right.
You shouldn't fucking feel like
No.
you're being oppressed by just the people you work with. You know,
Absolutely.
like fuck that shit.
That's why I feel like we should have slap
You know?
tokens.
Yeah,
slap
slap
tokens.
tokens.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you get to slap like what 2 a week.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
2 a month. 2 a month. All right, it's just make it worth it, right?
Yeah.
It's like okay, well, I mean, I got this token here, man, and you're fucking up,
Yeah.
and so I'm just slap it down and
So do you see what would happen is that you'd find the biggest person you know and give them your slap tokens.
Oh, yeah.
And then give them money to
Yeah.
slap the person.
Oh,
that
dude,
you
you
want.
get one of those.
Pass it around.
What was
it would become a currency.
Was it
would
that
be the new world
Russian
currency.
slap
That's the
fight,
crypto.
dude? That dude. Did you
Oh.
see that? Yeah.
I watch a lot of slap
no.
fights. Okay, so
It
I don't
is
know who you're
entertaining.
talking about. Like
Oh man,
Oh,
slap
that's
fighting's
fu-
very
those
Whoa.
people get rocked.
They
Yeah, they
do on
Oh,
purpose.
boy.
Did you see that redneck
Willingly.
dude that kept getting hit in the ear. He's like, he
Yeah.
keeps hitting me in the fucking ear.
Right.
Man, he keeps hitting me in my goddamn ear. I can't hear. My head's ringing. He's like, yeah, you got slapped, man.
par for the course,
you signed up for
Even
this.
though, I mean, really, that can damage you in very permanent
Dude,
ways.
You're in a slap fight.
Like, that's just the
You
size of my
walked
hand,
into this
man.
fucking ring.
My hand's just the size of your head.
Do you not understand what you were doing? when you
Exactly.
got-
Look, hey man, he took his ring off.
He took his ring off. He even took the gauntlet off.
That's
Like,
right.
come on.
God, what
Burn.
inspires you to just say, man, I'm gonna be a professional slap fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I'm gonna do.
I've been slapped a couple times.
You
I
know?
think I got it.
absolutely right.
I think I can get my fucking face rocked for money.
Yeah, right.
Because slap fighting looks like it's worse than boxing at certain
Oh
times.
yeah,
dude.
well you just
Yeah,
gotta
dude.
take it.
You just
know,
gotta
there's no glove.
Uh-uh.
You know, there's no protective headgear.
Ugh.
There's just them slaps,
Woo.
them 5 fingers to the face.
It's a
That's
slap.
all. Slap.
What is the bare knuckle equivalent? Is the backhand?
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, either that or the wapadoo.
Oh, the
You know, you get the
Is
wapadoo.
that what that's called? That's
Yeah,
called a wapadoo?
no, that's a wapadoo.
I've never
See,
known.
No. A wapadoo is when you slap somebody with the hook, right? And then you put them into a hard object.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so you slap them into a fire hydrant.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wapadoo.
That's a wapadoo.
the hook is the wop. The hard object is the
Adieu. That's the That's the wapadoo.
That's the adieu.
I know wop I do.
What's out about the wapadoo, guys?
Jesus.
So this is some special Ghostbusters
Last
news.
bit of news, something I'm very excited about. So in the IDW Ghostbusters comics, which are phenomenal, by the way, probably the best thing to come out of Ghostbusters in a very long time.
Do you have those?
What is IDW?
I have a few of them.
Man.
IDW
Do they-
is
do they have an
comic book.
omnibus?
Like comic book brand,
or-
yeah. Yeah, so they're like a Marvel DC kind
You know
of
what it
thing.
stands for? What's the acronym?
I have no idea what it stands for.
Okay, gotcha.
I know that they had a crossover between Ghostbusters and the Ninja Turtles. And
Yes,
I
they
got
did.
that shit,
Yeah.
and it is rad.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that
it's
story worked
super
out.
cool. It's fun.
Okay.
Michelangelo wears a proton pack, and I think that's all I need.
That's
to say.
all you. Absolutely.
He's a party dude.
So just saying.
So John Candy.
so-
He's over there
okay,
cooking
so
a
this-
pizza with a
Yeah, exactly. So this needs a little bit of context. So originally, John Candy was cast as Louis Tully in the movie.
Yeah, crazy.
So if you go back,
the Keymaster.
The Keymaster. Yeah, exactly. Man, people know who Louis Tully is.
Do they?
I mean,
do they?
I don't know.
Everybody knows the Keymaster.
Yes.
I'm just,
Yes.
you know.
Anyways, but he was originally cast as Louis Tully. John
Yeah.
Candy was, and so if you go back and you look at any of the storyboards from that from the original movie, John Candy was actually drawn in those scenes. But he
That's
had
hilarious
some
to imagine.
he had
I
some
know. I
creative.
wanna see 'em.
He split because of creative differences. Basically, he wanted to play Louis Tully as kind of a sleazy Russian car salesman type character.
I'm down with that, though.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
mean, it's
good.
great.
They wanted him to play him more
But-
straight.
They wanted
But
him to play. Yeah,
At the same time, Rick Moranis is so good, dude. When
Dude,
he's
they-
inviting everybody to the party. Oh, come on in. You know?
Everybody, this is Ted and Annette Fleming.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking love it, dude.
Okay, who brought the dog? Dude,
Who
dude,
brought
Rick
the
Moranis was
dog?
Fucking perfect. Help! There's a baboon in my apartment.
I think Moranis was perfect in every role.
Really, I
Absolutely.
love Rick
Yeah.
Moranis, and he just disappeared off the face of
He
the.
became
And
a
then
fly man.
you know about Ryan Reynolds fucking
Yeah,
with him.
yeah.
Okay, so that's
but-
side shit.
Any-
That's not what
yeah,
we're talking about.
anyways,
Side
tangent.
shit.
So, anyways, they actually made John Candy's character of Louis Tully canon in the IDW comics.
Oh, wow.
recently.
That's
So-
crazy.
So
Yeah.
it
that
actually looks
is-
like him.
Yeah,
Does it actually look? Oh, that's great.
It-
Yeah, man.
That's great.
I want to read this so bad.
Dude, I love John Candy so
John Candy's
much.
great, man.
Oh man,
Great even beyond the grave.
Absolutely.
R.I.P.
you know he gave great hugs.
Oh, dude, the best,
You
the
fucking know
best
it.
hugs.
I feel like you drank a lot.
Oh, dude, probably.
Wow.
Mhm.
You can say that about anybody from there. I mean,
Facts.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Truth.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
So
So yeah, that's our news, huh?
that's news.
That's the news.
our
So now
news.
we're into the main topic, which we got things to say.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna cut
Whoa.
into that bop.
So
you
my
know.
remote doesn't want to work.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
For all those who are with us who have not yet, please follow. Please hit that bell icon. Please share to your friends.
We only need 7 more subscribers,
guys share.
and then we're affiliate.
Then we're affiliate.
Ooh,
absolutely.
Come on, guys, help us out.
Exciting
Recommend us
times.
to some people.
Yeah,
Knock us up.
Like we refuse to buy followers. We refuse to, we're
They
going
keep
for
asking us if
organic.
we want to be
We're
famous.
just like,
Exactly.
no.
Do we want to be famous? It's like, I mean, not really famous, but maybe get paid.
I want some folks.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
I want a
maybe
community.
good.
That's what we want.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We want some
We
friends
wanna be
to
able
play
to-
some Melty and some Halo with.
Absolutely.
And we want to be able to populate a big battle.
Yeah, we
with
want more
all of
people
our
in the
friends.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Cowbot B-Boy over here.
Cowbop
Cowbot
B-boy.
B-boy.
So, okay, so just general impressions, guys, and then we'll just jump right into spoilers. So if you haven't seen this, we'll just give our general impressions. Yay, nay, what do you guys think?
Okay, so I think that as a standalone thing, as its own thing, this Netflix Cowboy Bebop is not so bad. Like, if you just take it for what it is and you watch it from start to finish, I think as a unit, it's not bad.
Yeah.
As soon as you start comparing it to Cowboy Bebop is where it
starts
falls
falling apart. Yeah.
Right.
They did so many things in a different direction, and
there's
I don't like a lot of those.
There's
things.
a lot of good in there.
There's a lot of good. It has its
Yeah.
moments. It's got its shit going on, and it did some things differently that I like.
Mm-hmm.
But they also did a lot of fucked up stuff. Yeah.
Well, they definitely created their own identity.
They did.
For Cowboy Bebop and what
Right.
it means.
And that's not
Cowboy
a bad
Bebop
thing.
It's still very jazz.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel
Well, a
like
lot of that has to do with the seatbelts just being a part of it.
Well, it's that, but
And
I mean,
Yoko
as
Kanno,
far
yeah.
as like the tone of the show, each episode is going to give you a completely different flavor.
True.
Right.
Each episode is going
Right.
to give you a different vibe. Like you have your film noir vibe. All of a sudden you have Feifei over here. Having her first big you got these things, right? These things kind of pop off. I feel like I loved it. It was one of those things that I started to love in spite of myself.
Right.
Until we got about to episode 8.
Sure.
And I think
Yeah.
that episode, well, maybe it's episode 9. Episode 9 really started to drag.
Yeah.
Right? Episode 9, I feel like they can just pluck that right out.
Yeah.
Just get rid
It
of
felt
it.
like
toss
filler.
it.
Felt like they were trying to get somewhere and didn't. The
Right.
whole
Like
time.
they were explaining
Yeah.
something that I already understood.
Right.
Outside of that, I think it's a good time. I think it's a good watch. For those people who haven't watched the animated series, I think that it's better to watch the live action first. And then go check out the...
Which you can on Netflix
Anime.
now.
Right.
So it's just literally just on the same service. Just like watch the live action and then go watch the original.
Right.
I don't think it
I feel
diminishes
like-
the original.
Oh, no.
It doesn't at all.
And it couldn't.
It doesn't at all.
You can't.
Because the original still exists.
But you'll
and
just be
that's the
setting expectations that this body of work can't really add up to, because you can't do the
Right.
same things in live action with set design and CG that you can do with just hand drawn animation.
Right.
However, they did a very good job with like space combat.
Yeah.
Whenever
ships
they
are
went
great,
through the
dude.
ships are
Ships
great.
look great.
Whenever they went through like hyperspace, whatever, that was always super sick. I think the casting was, for the most part, spot
Pretty on point for the
John
most
Cho,
part.
he cuts a silhouette of Spike
Look,
Spiegel.
dude.
hands
Every
down.
time he stands,
Yes.
I'm like,
Hey,
okay,
hands
that's
in
fucking
pockets.
Spike.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's Spike, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got a swagger.
And Jet is perfect.
Jet is
perfect.
flawless.
Dude,
He
like
is flawless.
I love him. I
Absolutely.
love him. I don't
Absolutely.
even
He's the star of
mind
the
the shit
show.
that they changed with his backstory, as far as him
Right.
having a daughter and all that kind of stuff. I like it. I
Right.
like
Yeah.
it because
Yeah.
I mean, in the anime, it was the whole reason that him and his ex broke up is because he didn't want a kid.
Right.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And she did. In this, it's like that whole like occasional dad situation.
Well,
right?
you
what
know,
I mean?
well, it gave him.
I got a
it
soft spot for
humanizes him immediately because Jet's like.
yeah.
Jet's our Ned
was-
Stark, right? Like he
Yeah,
always tries to do
yeah,
the right
really.
thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and in a
He's
society,
he's
in a world,
he's
where,
the one good cop. That's the thing. He's
Right.
the fucking one.
looking for all the dirty, or looking for the
Right.
one dirty cop, but they're all dirty cops. And so,
He's the Jigen to Spike's Lupin, man.
right,
Right,
exactly.
dude. It's so
And
much like Lupin. When you said
is.
that, I
Dude.
was like, "Fuck, man,
Dude,
you're
Cowboy
yeah.
Bebop, dude. Spike is fucking Lupin if he was also
Absolutely.
Bruce
That's
Lee.
the only archetype,
that's it.
and
Absolutely.
that's the only
You know,
anime archetype that you can even
Spike
put Cowboy
is Jigen,
Bebop in.
Faye is Fujiko.
Fujiko. That's
And, you
her
know,
name,
at
yeah.
first I was like,
Fujiko, but if she was bad at everything she did.
you know, I like Faye.
like
but
Faye,
it's
yeah.
like some of my biggest problems with the show initially came down to a lot of the choreography.
Dude,
You know,
I still
a lot of
don't
that-
like it because I mean, like
Yeah.
Spike is supposed to be a Jeet Kune Do
Oh
dude.
man, my
Right.
boy,
You know?
he just slides around, and there are certain scenes where they do capture that very,
Yeah.
very well.
Mhm.
Like,
But
all of a
most of
sudden
it
he gets
feels
knocked back,
phoned in.
and he's just like sliding, and I'm like, okay,
Uh-huh.
that's hard to do in real life.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Yeah.
he, John Cho kind of pulled it off, or camera tricks kind of make it look
Well, and it's
more feasible.
It's one of those things
However,
where
when you go back to watch Cowboy Bebop,
uh-huh.
the hand-to-hand combat is really not that impressive.
It's
In the movie it
well,
is.
In the movie it is, but in the show it is still very
Yeah.
just kind of
it's not as flashy
Right.
as they made
Yeah.
it in the live action, and because that's the thing. It's like you
might get a good roundhouse kick.
You get
Yeah,
this feeling with
yeah.
the live action. It's just like, well, they made it this way because it was a cartoon. But then you go back and watch the original anime, and it's just like, this is pretty fucking grounded
It's
for an anime.
very
Right,
grounded.
it's very
yeah,
grounded.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's not as wacky as they made it out in the live action,
Mhm.
and the like the martial arts and the hand-to-hand combat especially is way more exaggerated,
Yes.
than it really needed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it's just not very good. That's the
And
thing.
it's
The-
just
the
not very
choreography
good, yeah.
feels half-assed. You know, it
Well,
feels
it's that-
amateur. That's the way to put it.
it's
Yeah.
that
It
chopped up
does.
it's that chopped up fight scene bullshit that happens all the time now,
Yeah.
where the actors themselves don't really know what they're doing, so they're just like, okay, give me one punch, and it's like, okay, now kick him, kind
now
of
stunt double, come in here.
Yeah, stunt
Yeah.
double. Now,
Yeah.
now you do a flip, and then we'll just cut it together and make it work. And it's
Right.
just like, nah, man, watch some of the best martial arts movies. They have one camera right on both of those motherfuckers, and every one of them are doing all that
right,
shit.
right.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that can't really be expected from this series. I mean, with this, we're talking about John Cho, right? And
And
while
John
he's
Cho
got
does an
swagger,
amazing job.
He
He's
does,
great.
and he
really does.
got into great shape
Really.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
for this role.
Yeah.
Like he got into
He's
amazing
looking
shape.
good.
And he was going for more of like a functional
I mean, no,
musculature.
it's not gonna be as fluid as Spike. He's swimming bird, dude.
Right,
Right.
absolutely.
He's fucking swimming bird.
Swimming bird,
Exactly.
man.
You know, that actually brings me right there to one of the problems that I have so much with this show. Where the fuck is his shaman?
Right.
Where the fuck is his
Right.
shaman,
In
dude?
season 2.
No. That's the motivation with him the whole fucking time, dude. Having this spirit guide that he goes to. He's
Right.
like, hey, what's going on with me? And you burn some incense and you
Yeah.
tell him what's going on.
Sifts through some
And
sand.
Spike
Yeah.
goes, fuck you. I'm not listening to you anyway.
Yeah,
He walks
yeah,
out.
right.
Like that's the dynamic,
Tells
right?
him some cryptic shit, and
Right.
Spike's just
He's
like,
like,
fuck
shut
this."
up. And then later he's like, wait a second. He, you know what? He
was
told
right.
me. He
Yeah.
told me. what-
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
this-
loved that about the anime.
This is
you
kind
know?
of a smarter Spike Spiegel because that is
Yes.
one thing about
Yeah.
This is a
having
more
him
quippy Spike
portrayed
Spiegel.
as an older character. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so he's had time to have this long dark past,
Yeah.
and this is him
Uh-huh.
who's a little bit tired and a little bit like, completely apathetic. He's just like, whatever comes will come, whatever happens will happen. We're just gonna go out there and stomp some faces in. And we're gonna win, so who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter,
I
Might
liked
get shot,
I liked
we'll be
that
fine.
episode when him and Faye were in the ship together trying
Are
to
we?
figure out
Are
their
we?
next
Wait, are we going
bounty.
spoiler?
We're going
cast, or-
spoilers.
Dude, this is spoiler.
We've been
This is spoiler
spoilers,
all
So
day.
if we're gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
well, I guess you have not been warned.
Yeah.
No, I warned him. I told him. I said, "Hey, general thoughts," and then jumping right
Okay,
into
jump right
spoilers.
into
Spoiler
Okay.
time.
Okay,
Yeah.
get wide open then. Game on.
No, I like it when they were trying to he didn't believe that Faye was a real bounty hunter, basically.
Yeah.
until
And he-
she said that she captured that one dude.
That
Yeah,
one dude,
that one
and then
dude.
all of a
He's
sudden
like,
he's
"No
like,
way."
"No," and
He's like,
she has the
"Impossible."
proof, and then
Uh-huh.
it becomes like, "Hey,
Oh
what'd you
my
say
God.
about the loofah thing?
Oh yeah,
what's
the
this?
shower bath
Oh, shower
showers.
bath
Shower
showers.
bath showers."
Yeah, so
He's
That shit
hanging
was
on to her
great.
every
Like, they
word.
had-
Like,
they
wow,
had-
you got some knowledge. Let
Yeah.
me.
they only have so much hot water on the Bebop, right? And so,
Right.
like, all of a sudden they bring Faye onto the ship, and they're like, "Man, there's no hot water in here. Like, there's not enough hot water for the showers. What happened?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, I took a shower bath shower." And they're like,
What the fuck
"What?"
is a shower
It's like,
bath
yeah,
shower?
well, I mean, you shower and then you take a bath, so you're not just swimming in your own filth, and then you have to take a shower to rinse that off of you too. And everybody's like, "What the fuck? Like,
is
get her
wrong?"
off the ship." And Spike's like, "Please let me kill her.
Oh yeah,
Please just let me
I
kill her."
love it.
He
He's
keeps-
just holding,
right?
Yeah, just
holding the gun. Can I please kill her?
Please kill her.
Right,
And then he goes and tries it. He's like, "The shower bath shower is amazing."
Right, exactly.
Tell me more about this loofah.
This
You know?
show is a lot funnier than the anime.
Which-
not
yes.
that
which
the,
is-
not that the anime isn't funny.
No,
at
the
times.
anime's got funny, but
Yeah,
this
but-
is played as a comedy.
Yes.
a lot
The-
more.
and that
Yeah.
actually is something that I appreciate it for what it is, but I also really don't like the fact that they took away the depressing feeling of Cowboy
Well,
Bebop.
I think they tried to bring that back at the very end.
And
Yeah,
I think
but
that's
the
where
problem.
at that point you're like,
it's
I thought we
pacing.
had
The
a
problem is
happy
pacing.
because
show.
the first half of this show is pretty solid for what it is, but then
Yeah.
when they actually start trying to go into the more heavy subjects,
It feels
it
forced.
starts.
Well,
yeah,
that's
it starts to
why
kind of drag.
that's why you have the Mad
Yeah.
Perot like early on
Yeah.
in the anime. You know what I'm saying? You have those moments of just like, okay, this is bright and electric, and then
Yeah.
it gets dark and gritty and violent, and then all of a sudden, we're tripping on shrooms, and
Yeah,
so
oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
all these different tones
walking
are
up
mixed.
infinite stairs, and
Right,
shit.
you know, but they mix these things way better.
Absolutely.
I feel like the show is like, okay, well, we're gonna pretty much just be comedy for the
Yeah,
first
dude,
Yeah.
the
6-7
scene where
episodes.
she shows up with her hurt shoulder, which she got shot in the fucking arm and
And it
act like
didn't
she
matter.
didn't even give a
Didn't
shit.
matter.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? She shows up and they're sitting there having their cheese toast or whatever, and
Yeah.
she's like, oh, what's this?
Oh,
Ugh,
water.
disgusting. Yeah. Oh, beer. Oh, thank you.
Thank God. Yeah.
It feels like a fucking Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she really has Elaine energy
Yeah,
throughout
she
the
does.
whole time.
That's very true.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's
Well,
Yeah.
Faye's, I'll
Yeah.
I'll say this: they made Faye a lot more competent than she is in the anime.
She's a lot more competent.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
because that's the whole
Yeah.
thing with Faye is she's that subversion of that femme fatale archetype.
Mm-hmm.
The twist is that she's just really bad at
Yeah,
everything
'cause
that
it-
she
in the
does.
anime-
Well, she's got terrible luck.
Right.
Yeah,
She's
she's got
really
she
bad
has no
horrible
good
luck.
luck.
Yeah.
Everything goes wrong.
I don't really like the
Exactly.
way they introduced her because they didn't need to shove
Well,
her
they
into that
threw her in
episode
so early.
Yeah, yeah. But that episode could have just been Spike and Jet dealing with that
yeah,
situation.
I don't know.
I, mean?
I
think
like
that
Faye
they.
in this.
I still think that they. Well, I
the
like
most
Faye
part.
for what she is in this,
Right.
but she is a
Well, she's
different.
comedic
She is a
relief.
very
right.
different
She's,
kind
yeah.
of Faye.
Yeah.
But like that first episode about the red eye and
Yes,
everything, you know,
that was well
Oh.
executed.
That
It-
was
it was-
well.
it
That was phenomenal.
it was
Yeah,
pretty
they did a
good.
You
good
had
job.
like not Antonio Banderas over there,
Right,
and
uh-huh.
not Salma Hayek, and
because it's already kind of a throwback to fucking
Desperado.
to Desperado,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It's always been that,
Uh-huh.
right? I do think it's weird that they made that a British white girl
Yeah.
instead of getting a Latin actor for
Right.
her. That's a little weird. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
mean, it's fucking obvious in the show that they're but whatever.
Yeah.
They go to TJ.
yeah,
you
right?
know.
Oh, I fucking hate TJ.
Fucking hate TJ.
God,
You know
I
what
hate
happened
TJ.
last time I was in TJ? I
Uh-huh.
got stabbed.
He's like, I was buying a churro.
See, like that shit's funny, and I like the beat to beat comedy that they have in the show. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
they do a really good job of making you go, God damn it.
Dude,
this-
like when
this-
Jet was
this-
going to watch the recital.
Oh, dude.
And
he's
all
sitting
of
there
the
in the-
syndicate is coming after him. He's like, I can't miss this recital.
Yeah.
He's like, Spike, you got it. Spike's like, yeah, all
Spike's
right.
in the back just ripping on motherfuckers, and he's watching this
Yeah.
hologram that no one else can see, just dancing with
I
his
like it
little
that
girl.
the
Shit,
guy
it's
in
so
the room
good.
is like, can I help you?
Can I
He's
help?
like,
He's like, oh, no, I'm good.
I'm
Yeah, so essentially, Jet has this hologram that he puts down, and it's incredible tech because it scans him, and so
Yeah.
it'll scan him into the place where his daughter is
Right.
performing,
Yeah.
and then he can also see the performance,
Right.
and
Interact with it, yeah.
you know, and so his
I have
ex-wife
problems
and
with it because I feel like they didn't have enough stuff going on to make it happen.
Yeah,
but I
but we
also
can't-
get the concept, and I'm like, cool sci-fi concept.
Well,
I'll
it's
move
also-
on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think about it too much. Cool sci-fi concept. Okay.
Yeah, right. I mean, none of this is like based on reality.
It's
I
not
mean,
trying to
that's
be
the whole-
real. That's
Yeah,
why I
dude,
can't
like,
judge
they
it too
ask
hard,
you to
right?
like
right.
suspend your disbelief at the door.
You know,
right?
but I will
Oh.
say, in the movie Knocking on Heaven's Door, they very much predicted what we're doing right now with VR gaming
Oh, true.
with Spooky Doki.
Oh,
You remember
yeah.
Spooky Doki?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, that's what I want. Well, now we got that. Now we
Right.
got Spooky Doki. I mean, Yuki basically is Spooky
Spooky
Doki.
Fact.
Oh,
Fuck,
nice.
dude. You know?
You know, and so all God, I can't help but
you
wanna
like
talk
love
about-
hate it, don't you?
Well,
you
I can't help but want to. Well, I'm thinking about the best way to actually have this conversation because speaking to an entire series,
Yeah.
is kind of rough and in short
Yeah.
format, right?
It is. Yeah.
Because I really can't help but want to talk about the Ballad of Fallen Angels, or in this case, it
Right.
was like something Superstar.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I
am
remember.
not a fan of the
Dude,
way that
that-
they
that
handled
end-
the storyline. I'm
That-
not a
that-
fan.
Oh,
that
no,
end
no,
was,
not
that
at
end
all.
was rough, man.
Look, okay,
Mm.
so the one flaw that the one thing that I have the most criticism for is Vicious.
Yeah, Vicious sucks.
Well,
Like
that's part
that
of it.
character.
Yeah.
He was just a brat.
I don't
He's
like
just
the
a
actor.
brat.
I don't like the guy. Like Vicious is supposed to be a pretty boy, right?
But I
Yeah,
know,
he was very
I
pretty.
This man
understand
is
why
ugly.
they did it, and I predicted that they were going to do this as soon as I saw that Julia was alive. I was just like, oh, she's going to betray him and end up being the like main threat,
And
the
I
main
just-
antagonist. And you know what? After seeing that scene, I'm okay with it.
Man,
I understand why they changed. I wish they didn't have to, butcher Vicious's character.
because they made him out to be a psycho bitch
you
boy.
know,
Well, yeah. Well, he was a complete
to do it, but I understand. And for that payoff, once I saw it, because as soon as I predicted that, I was just like, oh, this is gonna suck, But then I saw it, and I was just like, you know what, this is okay. And I kind of liked it when she because she had that one bullet in there, and he got Vicious tied up.
I like
and
her
just
fucking with
click.
him because he's
Yeah.
a piece of shit,
And
right?
I don't
Exactly.
like the fact that Spike Spiegel got up and didn't just end Vicious himself.
Seriously.
True.
That
Yeah.
blows
Seriously.
my mind, and then it really does hurt because they had their gun versus katana battle, which
Yeah.
they did pretty well.
They did
pretty
really,
well.
really well, especially
Except the
recapturing
different
that.
man, dude. But the fucking anime when he gets shot and he immediately grabs Spike by the face and
Yeah.
picks him
Oh,
up.
yeah.
that shit's iconic to
Right.
me.
It
That's
is
as
good.
iconic as Sephiroth holding Cloud on a sword to
Yeah.
me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And instead he goes, wah, yeah, wah, wah.
Yeah,
And
freaks
then,
out.
like-
Because in the anime, he's got Spike on the ground. Spike's got a gun to him,
Well,
and then
that
he's
part-
got the
that
sword
part's
right
like-
there.
dude.
But it's also digging into his shoulder. It's
Right,
already like he's
exactly.
already cutting.
that
It's
shit
already
was
cut
great
out.
looking.
But
Yeah.
they did
that.
the way
Yeah.
that they recreated that scene was phenomenal.
Mhm.
But for me, the iconic part is Spike falling out of the window
Right.
after pulling those grenade pins, right?
Mhm.
And so when he's falling, I'm just like, maybe he's gonna, because in this one, Julia betrays Spike and ends up shooting Spike out of said window.
Right.
So they get to that point where Spike's got his gun to Vicious, Vicious has his sword to Spike, and then Julia intervenes, right?
Right.
And like for all of us who love Ballad of Fallen Angels, it's
Right,
like,
right.
that ain't how that
That-
plays
that's
out.
not how it
And
works.
so when
Yeah.
she shows up and she's like, Spike, kill Vicious, all this kind of shit, and Spike's like, oh, what? You? I love you. And she's like, oh, well, I'm going to take over the syndicate. And
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
wait, no.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
like immediately I'm like, God damn it, we're going to season 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all we're doing is just like, and that made me feel
Well-
like I did waste time watching episode 9 because they were actively stalling until a season 2.
They could have just made
Yep.
9 episodes. It
Uh-huh.
wouldn't have been a problem.
They could have
Yeah.
introduced Ed instead
Which-
of waiting to
a
the
lot
very
better
last
than
second.
they
Dude.
actually did because
Yuck.
look, yuck,
You know?
absolute yuck.
I don't know how I feel about Ed
Oh, I think
because I
it's
haven't
fucking
had
I
enough.
think it's horrifying.
A lot of people do. I think trying to bring.
I have a dog for you.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing.
I
Here's
think-
the thing about Ed. Ed is wacky, and
You
she-
can't play that in live
and
action.
Ed is wacky, but she's not fucking manic, and
Ed
she's not
is,
irritated.
Ed is made of linguini.
Yeah.
Ed is made
so
of linguini.
in order to bring
very
that
hyperactive
to
linguini.
real life, it's very, very difficult. I feel like that child, whoever she is, had the energy. Unfortunately, she didn't have the time to flesh out that character and make it more grounded and believable as a real life
Right.
character.
Instead,
I
you just
think
feel
that-
like a caricature.
It
I
just
feel
looks like a fucking
Yeah.
it's
again.
shoehorned in,
It's-
and
yeah.
if they would have
Yeah.
actually had introduced that earlier and then let her get into that role,
Right.
and then figure out how to actually
Because they could have
portray
introduced
that.
her in the episode where Spike goes into the
The
Yes.
VR, well, which
Yeah.
that was a dope episode.
Yeah, but
That
it's
was
also a rip off of Ghost in the Shell too, so fuck that episode. But that's just me being an asshole, so
But
I'll
it's
move
all-
on.
It's all a rip off, right?
Yeah,
so,
but
that's the whole
come on,
thing.
you
It's
don't
just-
touch my boy over here.
Hey,
You
man,
don't
I
touch
think
we got
the
live action
problem-
anime. We got a
Yeah.
live action anime that's actually worth a damn.
It's
And-
it
and
is.
that's
It
the
is.
thing.
I don't believe
Yeah.
in really trying to crucify it too hard
Mm-mm.
because I went in with extremely low expectations, and by the time it was over, had I stopped at episode 7 or 8, I would have felt a lot better. After watching 9
Right,
and 10, it's just
right.
like,
I
see
think
what
they
you're doing,
spend too
but-
much time on exposition with some of these side characters. Like I think that they spent way too much time trying to build up the club
Mm-mm.
with
Nope,
what's her
no
name?
sympathy for the devil.
You know, No Sympathy for Devil.
No, that'll probably be in season 2. I think we're gonna see a lot of the episodes that they didn't cover.
No mushroom hunting. No fucking heavy metal queen. No, I get it. I'm just saying.
I mean, it is what it is, right? If you're looking at it from a perspective of sheer comparison, then
it sucks.
Then this falls completely on its face.
You're gonna be a little disappointed,
right?
And
that's one of the biggest problems with this live action is that the anime exists.
Yeah.
And because the anime exists, if you try to compare it, again, it's just going to come up short.
You're just disappointed.
You're not going to be able to put that lightning back into the bottle. It's gone.
I don't know.
It's done.
I'm weird about this one, man. I feel like they succeeded more than they failed.
Man, I feel like it's a good 70. You know what I mean? Good 60-70% here. So mostly positive, right? But I think that Vicious is so bad, and I think that Ed is so bad that I have bad feelings about that. I also think there's a couple other weird things. Like, for instance, Girin's character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be like a guy that was experimented on by the military, you know, and that whole thing.
Perot, and all of a sudden he's like psychic
with Mad Perot. Like they were in the same war, right?
Yeah, he has like psychic powers, but in this he has like gravity shoes,
right?
Yeah,
Dude, and everything that's in the air has shitty wire foo.
Of course, but they did get his the combo that he puts on Spike. They put it in the shadows. Of course.
Yeah, they did.
Where he hits that flip kick.
Totally.
Now, even though in the anime he flip kicks him. And kicks him.
And just keeps going. And keeps him in the air.
Yeah,
he's juggling.
He does an infinite on his ass.
So, but they did that pretty well. But they still, I don't think, really completely captured the
Gus Van
madness
Zant's psycho.
of that
Fuck off. Fuck off, man. No, I don't think it should have been a 1-1 translation. I think that they really did.
Absolutely not.
That's the thing, man. Is just if you can take it for what it is, I think you will enjoy watching this series. That's the easy way to put it. If you can separate yourself from the original source material, because there's a lot of people that hate Faye. We're not in that boat.
Not at all.
I think all three of us are like, nah, hey, if Faye is solid, she's different.
She's different, but she's
different,
solid.
But she's solid. And I think she grows on you over time. I don't like her introduction. I don't like the way that they just kind of
I do like her mom.
Up.
They did change
her mom
that whole
was great.
because in the anime it was Faye's quote husband who thought her out and then basically just got her into a whole bunch of debt. You know, he goes around thawing people out and then they don't have a memory and he's like, I am this to you. In this show it's her mother, quote,
not a real mom. It's this con woman who tricks her into thinking that she's her mother.
Right. You know, but she thaws her out and then tells her that she can get her memories back. You know, if she does X, Y, and Z.
That was pretty good.
But when she shows up, she was a con woman, dude. She was playing it. She was playing it.
Dude, I love when they're in the line, when they're trying to get the car. And that play off of both those characters.
Did you just touch my mom?
Just touch my mom's boob. Just touch my mom's boob.
That's so good.
And he's like, whoa, no, I didn't.
Just go get her car. The puny one. She was like, well, it's all that I could afford. You know? It's like, man, I mean, I thought that she was, and then Spike himself, after she like cracks his back, and he's like, I think I love you. You know, mommies are for healing.
I like
mommies make you feel better.
What was the name of the lady that Jet knew that kept?
Oh man,
hitting
she was
on
all
him
over. She was hitting on hard.
And Spike was just like, I like this.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, you are big and black.
And Spike's just like,
oh my god, Justice like, not this bitch again.
Not this bitch.
Oh god, I need a favor. I might have to do it.
Dude, but like Jet. All of Jet's stuff, dude. Jet is
wins.
so perfect.
Jet's
so
absolutely
fucking perfect.
He
does.
Wonderful.
I mean, he's obviously trying to sound like the original Jet, but he does it in such a way that if you closed your eyes, you'd be like, "Oh, that's
Jet.
The original voice actor, right?"
Yeah.
Whoa, no, that's a different guy.
Even his beard,
dude,
so
seriously,
well
He's got
executed,
those
bro.
spikes.
Yeah,
and he gets excited the right way.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he
he always gets excited especially about doing the right thing.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I like liked his noir episode.
Yeah,
I thought that was
that
a
was
great
solid.
departure.
You know what? And
you know?
honestly, that episode got me because, like, that was one of the few episodes that was really kind of 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Versus
it
the
was pretty
anime.
close.
It was very,
Yeah.
very
Pretty
close.
close.
And
Yeah.
so the whole time that the betrayal's coming, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, oh man, it's heart wrenching because he's over there just playing straight, just trying to be like, hey, I trust this guy, you know, and we equally don't. Well, we both mutually don't trust this other guy,
Right?
And then of course he gets.
And that's a cool dynamic that they changed in this, and the fact that the cop that he worked for that he believed was the rat ended up being with his ex-wife,
Yeah.
living with him.
And he ends up being a pretty decent
supporting
dude.
him. He was
And
just
he ends
trying
up
to support
actually
him.
being a
Yeah.
solid guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So
but of
he
course,
just wanted to hate Chalmers because his wife kind of.
well, and
they had a
because
thing
he's
and- yeah.
like that kind of cop.
Yeah, he's kind of sleazy.
Yeah, he's
you
that
know?
he's that guy.
Yeah, there are some moments like that are in the show that really kind of made me feel like, oh man, this
It's
is
got some
Bebop, and it
heart,
made me
dude.
feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when Faye finally watches that video, and she's
Dude,
like,
she pulls out
"Go
that
me!"
VHS. She's like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck is this?"
Right. Yeah,
Dude, I'm so disappointed that they didn't have a scene where Spike just kicks the fucking VCR.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
totally,
for real, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a less irreverent Spike Spiegel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like that whole when she's watching the footage, that little girl did a great job of recreating that scene because I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, man, when she's like, there you might be by yourself or hopefully you found some friends, but I wrote a cheer for you, and it's like I teared up, man. I was like,
Man.
God
Yeah,
damn, dude,
that
it
shit was
a-
emotional.
It was a heavy
That's some
scene,
good
man,
shit.
and
Yeah.
they recreated it very, very well because it reminds you that Faye is alone.
Yeah.
Faye's alone as fuck.
Seriously,
you know, and really all three of them are very much alone.
Right, and
so,
they're used to being alone.
Right,
That's the thing.
right.
They've gotten used to it. Yeah,
Right.
Which is where a lot of that dynamic comes into play between the three characters.
Yes.
Is just that push and pull of, well, I guess I need you right now, but I'm a lone wolf, whatever. And then
Well,
it
like-
comes
well,
to
like-
find out that they actually need each
I
other.
love how Jet never did research on Spike either.
Well, that's the thing. He
Yeah.
trusted this man so much that he didn't do research.
He didn't
that
want
Jet
to.
didn't do
Jet
fucking
didn't
research.
want to. He's
That's the
just
thing.
like, I
That's
don't wanna
willing
know.
ignorance
I'm just
right
gonna
there.
trust-
That's
it's
what that is.
willful
Yeah.
ignorance.
Willful
Absolutely.
ignorance.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
That's him going like, no,
That's
man,
because
you're
he
my
loves that
buddy.
man.
I'm not gonna check you out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna do this because I have a feeling, and I'm not gonna listen to my cop feeling. I'm actually gonna listen to my friend feeling here.
Uh-huh.
You know what I
But
mean?
then when he
But
does
when
find
he,
out,
but when he
It sucked.
met Faye's
that sh-
mom,
dude, that
checked
shit
her
hurt.
out immediately.
oh yeah,
You know? He's like,
I love
uh-uh.
that scene
He's
because
like,
the whole time
something's
they're
amiss.
talking,
Look at her
you can tell
posture.
it
Look
on
at
his
Faye's
face.
posture.
He's just going like, she's full of shit.
yeah,
She is
the
full
whole time.
of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah.
And
yeah.
so,
there's a lot of feel good about this show,
Yeah.
and there's a lot that they did in a direction that might be different, but still captures the tonality of Bebop in a certain way, right?
Right.
But it's still not as sad. You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't take the time.
You don't carry that
I
weight
think-
quite as long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
You don't
Best
really
wa-
carry
best-
that weight really at all.
best episode
Yeah.
versus worst episode. Go.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh man.
Or favorite episode versus least favorite episode.
I can't remember the name of these.
talk
Or
about
really
it,
even the
whatever.
order. I like the Jet, noir episode. I thought the anything with Ein in it was great. That was a good corgi.
There were two.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two of them.
There's two
They
of 'em.
swap them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
the Olsen
Like
twins.
Olsen twins.
Yeah,
for
for
real.
real.
Yeah, they had two corgis.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, this. I think the show overall was good in the moment, but nothing really stuck with me for real.
Really.
Like I haven't really thought about it that much.
I actually
after
think
I finished it.
my favorite is the first episode.
Yeah, the first
Right.
episode. Is
I think the
fucking
first
solid.
episode captures the tonality of Bebop in a way that I was like, "Oh shit, did they sell me on this?"
Oh,
Right.
what was that?
Oh,
what was
it
that
did. It snuck up on
episode?
me.
It might be the one that Faye's actually introduced in. Where it was that lady and her sons, and they're like hillbilly kind of, and they're trying to go, like. They're trying to shoot a missile into a planet.
the
you know what
tree
I'm talking
people,
about?
the tree people.
The tree
environmentalists.
people,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that one.
I like that one.
That
a
was a
lot,
good
yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was. And then just that effect of watching someone turn into a tree.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That shit was fucked up.
Yep.
And then the mom, and
Oh,
she's just
she's
like,
great.
she flies off with her daughter and everything. And she's like, well, I guess you and I are going to sit in a cell for the rest of our lives. And the daughter's
It's like,
Fuck that shit. There's no way I'm spending the rest of my life in a room with you. Pulls a pin on a grenade, which makes me wonder if that's why they didn't use it in. It wasn't Ballad of Fallen Angels. The last episode, which all of these episodes, basically what they do is they take the original title and they make a similar title,
right?
But it's not the same thing,
exactly.
And so that last episode, maybe that's why they didn't use the grenade pin thing because they used it before.
Yeah,
maybe so, but. I feel like you should have saved it.
Yeah.
But of course they want to keep Vicious around for season 2.
Right.
So they're about to drag out all this. Because the best thing about
Vicious shit is the worst stuff to me.
Vicious is one of those weird. Like I understand we need an antagonist, and that's fine, whatever. Even though, look, Vicious. The best part about Vicious in the anime was that he's in 5 episodes.
Yeah,
out of that 26 episode run, he is in 5.
And he doesn't really matter that much to the grand scheme
he matters
of
to
Spike.
He
matters to Spike.
He matters to Spike specifically.
But
it's not like he's like a I'm going to destroy the world bad guy, right?
Right, exactly. He's not over there like I'm shipping out the red eye.
Right.
I'm trying to take over the Senate and whatever he's doing. Nobody knows he's an enigma.
Right.
That's the whole thing, but he's a bad motherfucker, and that's all we know. So if he does show up, we know that's a problem.
Shit just got
we don't
real.
need to know why so much, but if Spike's afraid, then everyone should be afraid, right? But they do kind of oversell him a bit, and when I first saw him, I think that was an interesting choice of actors.
Seriously, I don't like that guy.
He's not pretty. By the time I got to episode 8 or 9, I could appreciate his look a little bit more. He's more he's more Virgil and less vicious. Kind of to me in a lot of ways. Like when he fucking throws that sword, fucking use that. What's that move called? Round trip.
Oh yeah,
dude. I'm just like, bro, he popped that shit. Yeah, it was dope.
Wow, he is kind of Virgil. I never really thought of it that way.
But they just really kind of spent too much time with him.
He should be more mysterious than this, man.
Right.
He should be
like all of a sudden things are going well, and then all of a sudden there's a Vicious, and it's like, what just happened?
Yeah.
It would have been better that way. Instead of them painting him as just like a really jealous and
he's just a rich kid. That's the other thing too.
He's
like
just
they pretty much just
really it.
They reduce him down to some fuck instead of being like an interesting character.
Right? Yeah, the boogeyman.
Gotta have a boogeyman,
exactly. Right? That's a great way to put it. And so when you put him in people's faces like that, after a while, you stop fearing him.
He wasn't threatening.
He
wasn't threatening by the end. No, not real. I mean,
he was threatening if you're in a relationship with him. Fuck
if
that.
He's in the room,
right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you said, man, just the I don't know.
They
for
kind
the
of
audience,
reference that guy, yeah.
For the audience, I don't feel like he's all that threatening by the end.
Yeah.
I really
the
don't
only
think
way
he
that
is.
we feel that he's threatening is to Julia.
Yeah. Which I mean, they dig in with that. They're like, look how much of a piece of shit this guy is. Which I mean, I get it, but
which again, and it's one of those things where it's just like if the original Vicious didn't exist, then this would be a lot more tolerable because fuck that dude. I'm glad Julia did that shit.
But she didn't do shit. What she did was made sure that Vicious will be around for the sequel.
Yeah,
for season 2,
it's like the Bond villain situation, right? Yeah, let me put you here, and then let me tell you what I'm gonna do, and let me act like I'm so important, and then I'm gonna go away.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna figure out a way to get out of here, and then like it's.
Yeah, I think they kind of missed the mark there. They could have really done better. They would have really done better if they would have just left that ending sequence the same.
Yeah.
Let Spike blow that motherfucker up, and then bring him back later. He escaped. Maybe he's disfigured. Do whatever, because I think we're going to see a lot of creative differences in season 2.
They're going to diverge heavily in season 2. I'm right there with you. Yeah, absolutely. Right. They're really going to find their own in season 2, which might be good, or it might completely disregard everything that they did great about the first part.
We also don't have new Cowboy Bebop, right? So at the end of the day, it's still more bop, So if they do it right and they treat it with care, which it seems like they were trying to treat it with care. And honestly, this for such a short development time, they've done a good job.
It's solid for what it is, man. It really is,
they've done a really good job. And so
what's your favorite dumb moment? Like, what's your favorite little silly thing that somebody does or says in a moment that doesn't really have to do with much, but it really got you?
My favorite dumb moment is whenever we thank you, Martha Wolf. Whenever we see, God damn it, what's the name of the TV show?
Oh, you're talking about the cowboys, the bounty hunter guys? It's so good. It's so I don't remember.
Hot Shots for Bounty Hunters?
That's close. That's close. But whenever they show it, it's so well cast, man.
Yeah, man, it's perfect.
They kill it.
It's fucking perfect.
Yeah, that's like one of the best parts. And so, they come on. They're goofy as fuck.
She was like, that was my life.
They'll get into little fights, and it's just like, dude, it's so good.
That's good. Or they'll react to what they're reading, like, oh my God.
And when they're arguing over which bounty to take.
Yeah, man, that's good.
And they're like,
this bounty hunter took out 6 of our guys.
Yeah, so we're dropping the bounty on him.
The authorities and snipers have been sent into the area. Yeah, that's good shit. My favorite one was when they went to they were talking to the mistress, the BDSM mistress, or whatever. And she's like, he's cheap, and she's like, are you cheap, sir? And he's like, not by choice, mistress. And she just gives him that smile, like,
ooh, come back.
I fucking love it, dude.
That's good.
Yeah, they definitely adulted up this version. I think they love throwing the fucks out. They love making sure that everybody sounds aggressive with their language, and then because like I can watch Cowboy Bebop with my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are a couple episodes that might be a little on the graphic side, but for the most part,
not a lot.
Cowboy Bebop's pretty fine. You know what I mean?
It's not bad.
I would not watch this with her.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's too much shit going on, and maybe that's just the modernization of media. We feel like we can get away with this stuff, so why not, right? And maybe it's the Netflix influence. You know,
it's also them aiming at people who grew up watching Cowboy Bebop.
We're older now, right?
Exactly. And so if you give us that exact same story told the exact same way, the exact same dialogue, it's just like, okay, the comparisons will start being made. Been there, done that. This ain't cool. But they did kind of modernize a lot of the lingo.
They did
as well.
They did.
Like, whenever Faye speaks, she always just says some weird, wild shit. You know what she means, but it's just she says it in a weird
she's
fucking
Elaine.
way.
She's Elaine, man.
Yeah, we gotta see her dance.
Yeah.
I don't know how she bends her knees like that,
dude. It's kind of amazing that she can even do that whack ass dance.
It's weird. It's weird. It's odd, man. But I do. I feel like I feel like the script as a whole was successful.
Yeah.
I feel like it definitely has some points that could use a little polish.
You just have to take it for what it is.
Right.
You have to look at it as its own thing, you know?
Right.
That's it. That's it.
But it's quirky. It's fun.
Suspend your Cowboy Bebop disbelief. That's the thing.
The only other thing about this show, for some reason, it's very easy to go to sleep to. I will say that there are a couple of episodes that did kind of take me a couple of times to get through, because they're all like an hour to 47 minutes, somewhere around there, right?
Half hour to 47 minutes.
Well, I think there's only one that's like 37 minutes.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
I think that's
they're all
2.
different. They all seem to be different.
They're different lengths.
They just do what they want, though.
Right. It's like, okay, how long does this episode need to be?
Say fuck TV. That's what we say.
Well, I mean, they used to do that with The Walking Dead. They did the same thing. They'd have longer episodes and shorter episodes.
They did that with Game of Thrones too.
They do the same right. I think it's a smart move, because sometimes it's like
you shouldn't be pigeonholed into this amount of time.
Be like, oh, we need 15 more minutes of content. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, fuck that, man. It's like,
they're gonna watch it. We make the fucking episode.
Yeah, right. Y'all might be mad that this week's episode was shorter, but oh well. You know, when you look back on it, you're
gonna be back on it the next week.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So, yeah, man. I do. I give it a solid 7 out of 10, man.
Yeah,
I think honestly,
it's worth a watch.
Everyone should check it out. If you are a fan of Cowboy Bebop and you are skeptical about watching this, just at least watch episode 1 and then see how you feel. But when you do that, take it with a grain of salt. You know, don't expect it to be like 1-to-1 the same thing. Don't expect it to be. Don't expect it to be better than the original.
No, absolutely not. I think the intro. The tank is a pretty good reference for what you should expect to the show.
And
then, it's solid, but it's just slightly off in a way.
Except for that one episode where they remix it. There's one episode where they remix Tank on the intro, and I'm sitting here like, they should have just done that the whole time. I understand why they couldn't.
They
but
could
it
have
doesn't
just made
sound
their
like
own
you're
tank.
mimicking a
Right.
thing.
You're right.
You know?
Trying to
And
put
so,
something
I think
that
it was like
was
episode
already
5 or
Yeah.
6.
Did you guys hear that there is the one episode that has real folk blues at the end of it?
No,
Yeah,
I
totally,
didn't
that's episode
see.
3.
Yeah.
Episode 3 has
okay.
I think they have
real
it
folk
twice.
blues. But
It's episode 3 and then episode 7. I think also has real folk blues.
See, the thing is, Netflix is like, fuck that. We're going on to the next
the
episode.
next episode
it
you'll
just,
skip
it gets
it.
you on, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I guess I didn't hear it the second time. But,
I
Yeah.
pretty much skipped all of the outros and stuff.
But
so I never
they
heard
did play real folk blues. They
Okay.
also played Ask DNA, which is one of my fucking favorite songs.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
What's up,
Yeah.
sweet
I
cakes?
really didn't like Julia's song.
Yeah, they made it weird,
Now,
didn't they?
they say that she actually sang that and played that herself. She played the piano on it and everything.
Yeah. Well, I
which
think she
makes
did
it a little bit-
okay.
Yeah, she did. Since
Yeah.
that's the case, but as a song, I'm just like,
It's
and maybe
kinda-
it'll grow on me over time.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was cute and all, but I wouldn't have fallen in love with that girl for singing that song. to me.
Not that
No.
song.
Not
No.
that one.
No. I heard somebody that was
Do a
like
different song.
they just
You can
made her
sing,
into
like,
an
Africa.
Instagram model. That's all they did.
For real.
Like,
For
damn,
real.
man.
I don't know. She looked good in those bell bottoms though.
Yeah.
She was crushing it. I think she was a great Julia.
Oh, yeah,
But the
absolutely.
best thing about Julia in the show is that there's not a lot of Julia.
Yeah.
So Julia is almost like a dream that's being chased. By
I don't know that I dig the episode when they go back in time and try to set up the syndicate shit. I don't know that I like that episode very
Excuse
much.
me.
That out.
You know.
Chuck-
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that episode.
I think it.
I
I think
it took
diminishes
a lot for me to
rather
not
than
just
adding.
skip that episode.
Right.
honestly.
It leaves
it's
things
bu-
to the imagination. Like, we don't
Exactly.
need
That's
you to
that's what I'm
explain
saying,
this.
and that's part of one of the great things about the original Bebop, right? Is that they knew how to tell you just enough to where you were curious, but not so much that they spelled it out for you. This show wants to spell it out for you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe that's because Netflix audiences are dumb. I don't know. Everybody's got Netflix. We have to play the lowest common denominator here.
Talk about
I-
hot takes.
We would be in our in that group as well, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't pay for that shit.
Well, I do.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Damn. So what you saying, Phil?
Yeah,
you
for
saying
real.
we
Tell us how
dumb?
you really
Yeah,
feel,
bro.
bro. You know what I'm saying? We dumb.
Ah.
You know what? Matter of fact, that's when you change your password. Now Philip got to
That's
pay
right.
for it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's fucked up. No, I'm just saying that there's
Yeah.
a broader audience on
Right,
Netflix, so I
right.
feel like
Of
that
I feel you.
not aimed at a specific person.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to twist my words.
All of a sudden, viewers drop down to 1.
Oh, damn.
Who's dumb now, fucker?
Oh.
But I mean, seriously, I mean, because there are people who will click on this and be like, "What the fuck is it?" And then by episode 4, you're still like, "What the fuck is this?" Because
Yeah,
it doesn't. It's just like in the anime, they actually said that on one of the like commercial interludes. They're like the show that will become a genre itself.
Yeah.
Do you remember
yeah.
ever
well,
seeing
that's
that?
what who's the fucking guy? What's his name? Watanabe. Watanabe. That's what he was
Shinichiro Watanabe.
trying
Shinichiro.
to do with the original
Is it
show.
Shinichiro or Shinichiro? Shinichiro? Maybe Shinichiro. Watanabe.
Watanabe.
It's
Anyways,
definitely Watanabe.
It's definitely that, yes. Uh-huh.
But that's what he was trying to do with the show,
And
was
he-
create a new form of science fiction,
And he did it.
and he did it. You know, he was trying to create the
Oh,
genre.
hi, Moth.
Oh, we got
of
Moth and Wolf
Cowboy
in here
Bebop.
as both Moth and Wolf in the same. You guys make
hi,
this
Moth.
confusing.
Oh, hi, Moth.
Oh, hi,
You guys
Moth.
make this real confusing.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah,
You know, and so, but
tear
I
me
mean, I
apart,
think,
Lisa.
I think that I think he accomplished it, man. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know what genre to really slap this show into, to tell the truth. I mean, it's like, you know, sci-fi
Space
drama.
opera.
Space, yeah. Well, I feel like it's less space opera
It's less
than
It
space
is.
than
It
opera.
is less
yeah.
space
Yeah, I feel like the anime is very space opera.
I think it's way more comedy action sci-fi than I was expecting. Like it's way more on the comedy.
Oh
than I
yeah,
was
yeah.
expecting,
It leans really
you know?
heavy on those quips,
But
dude.
it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
fine.
Like
It's
it's
funny shit.
good.
It's just all
it
about
does
dialogue.
its thing, right?
That dude with the
You
teddy
know?
bear head was hilarious.
You kind of have to play this
Right.
shit towards comedy with the way that it is.
It's kind of funny
right?
about that episode too.
They get to the
because
escape
original,
pod shit.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, it's just really funny because the original was just all about him just trying to tell people about his manifesto.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's all he
that's
was
it.
doing.
He just wanted to
and
tell
nobody
one
wanted to
was-
listen.
Yeah, he
I
kept
love
getting
that
interrupted,
shit.
and then he could finally
God.
tell everybody about his manifesto, and he finally starts saying it. Then he's like, "God damn it, this doesn't make any sense."
Yeah. Hell yeah.
man. Yeah.
dude.
So
I like it when he was like did you read the manifesto? He's like, well, I skimmed through it. He's like, you skimmed through it? He's like, well, where were you, Spike? Huh? You were out trying to get unlimited noodles.
they are chowing down on them noodles, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah,
They
'cause
just
they're broke.
cannot
They
get
never
paid.
get
Yeah,
paid.
I'm about to say they can't get paid.
Never get paid.
I loved that the diner scene when they were actually showing how like the cheese toast was made and everything, and then he was like, "Well,
fake meat.
I want one of the steaks." And they're like, that's real meat, right? And they're like, "Well, on the package it says
real
like,
meat."
it says real meat." That's all I
That
can
one guy
say.
trying to cut through the fake
Oh
steak.
yeah,
Right,
oh, it looks so gross.
The mob guy,
Yeah.
or syndicate guy, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like it's one of those shows that, like, you know, just to think back about will be way more entertaining than it is to maybe watch sometimes.
Right.
I think that there
I'd like
are
to
some
watch
scenes-
through it
Again, I
again.
kind of feel the reverse of that because I enjoyed the fuck out of it while I was watching it, but now that I try to think about it, like nothing sticks, man.
Right.
I can't think of anything
Man.
that much about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Again, like whereas the anime, man, it's they were right. You're gonna carry that
but
weight.
maybe that's the problem.
There's no weight to carry in.
But
this.
maybe that's the
Yeah,
problem, is
that's
because
really
you
the
already
problem.
have that weight that you've been carrying for the past 20
True.
years.
And it's
Yeah.
so much heavier.
Yeah, right. It's
so
just like,
much
okay,
heavier.
well, I see what you're doing over here, but
So do you think for season 2, number 1, they'll bring in some of the other side episodes? Like, for instance, I can't think of the name of the one. What's the one with the guy that has the blind sister and he's trying to steal the flower so that he can?
I don't remember the name.
Like,
of
I
it,
love
but
that
I know what you're
episode
talking
so
about,
much.
yeah.
Oh
That's such a
God,
good
it's one of my
episode.
favorite
well,
episodes.
I mean, you got to remember that we're talking about like a 26 episode long show,
Right.
versus a 10 episode long show.
Right.
That they
So, I
added a
mean-
bunch of filler to.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, the odds are very likely that we will see a lot of those stories represented in some way. Whether they dedicate a whole episode to it or not, you know, that's left to be seen. But
Right.
I think that we'll see a lot of it. And in some ways, I'm not afraid for them to deviate.
I'm trying to
What's that,
figure out
what?
what the fuck that emoji is. What is it to you? Is
I
it
can't
is it
see
a?
shit. It's just some shapes.
I mean, it looks
just
like a
a shape.
Pichu.
A Pichu.
That's what it looks
Maybe it's
like
a
to me.
Pichu.
Maybe it's a Pichu.
Pichu.
It's like it's just. I mean,
But
it's a good homage.
I'm thinking that they're
honestly.
going. I think they're going to do the movie in the second series, though. I think they're gonna.
Probably, they should.
Yeah, because he's also one of the guys that fought on Titan. Is his name Vincent?
And they're gonna have to.
What the fuck is his name?
Vincent.
It is
And
Vincent.
they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to kill him.
Dude, but if they do that fucking train sequence, if they do that fucking, or if they do that sequence where you know where he's got the grenade in his hand and he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
standing like this,
Yeah.
and then everything blows up,
Yeah.
and then like goddamn, they can do that.
They can
I
do
know
it.
they could do it well, you know,
Easily,
and
yeah.
they could easily dedicate him to being one of the big baddies in the second season against Julia in a way,
Oh, it's a
because this
baby
man's
moth.
fucking completely.
I think they're setting
psycho.
it up to for Spike to.
Oh, okay, I see. That is Baby Mothra.
Yeah, I think they're
Okay.
setting it up for Spike to have to kill Julia. I think that's the whole
Yeah,
thing, is that
that's
he's
what-
gonna have to kill. the
Yeah,
woman that he
that's what
loves.
they're setting it
Like
up.
he already had to go to war with his brother.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna have to kill Julia.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's what
They're
I
setting that
expect.
up.
And he's kind of estranged the way that Jet feels about him. So he's
Yeah.
completely.
Well, that's how it's gonna start, but that's why
Right.
we have Radical
Jet's
Ed.
gonna forgive
Radical
him,
Ed is
though.
gonna
You know Jet's gonna forgive him.
Radical Ed's gonna hack that ship.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
Ed's gonna bring the Bebop to them.
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah,
spoiler,
Grin
spoilers, at
Grin
the
was
very
in it.
end-
Grin's weird though. They completely play Grin differently. Grin's not
Grin's,
the war
yeah,
hero that
it's
they made.
completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did the same thing with Mao, and
Right.
I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
there are a lot
It's-
of characters that are kind of diminished.
Kind of yeah. Not as interesting. A completely different character. Yeah, like, you know, I don't have a problem with it, but it's just one of those things where you're like, I mean, Grin was cool for what
Yeah.
that storyline
And
was.
it's not like
Plus,
you-
also they completely got away from like the Fae falling in love with Grin thing.
True.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
completely.
Yeah, Faye instead finds herself a hot mama.
Hot
Yeah,
mama
a mechanic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She knows how to work that
whole
engine.
scene is pretty awesome.
She knows how to
I
work
like
that
shit.
motor.
Yeah, really.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
I love it when Jet like looks down there. It's like,
No.
what the fuck?
No,
Not
no.
much.
When he's like, oh yeah, well I could go down the street and get one of these for a ham sandwich, and she's like, well I bet the reason that this one doesn't work is because you traded it for a ham sandwich.
For real. But then the second she saw Faye, it's just like,
Ooh,
yep.
never mind.
She has that tattoo of the girl licking the gun.
Uh-huh.
Faye's just like, whoa.
Everybody keeps telling her that her railgun is a fucking a scam.
Yeah.
And then she uses it to fucking save everybody at the end. Like, see, that's good.
But
that's
see,
good.
that's some good like Bebop. Like, we're just gonna throw something in here that's not gonna last through this episode.
Yeah, I like that
It's
episode
just-
a lot.
Yeah,
That was
that's
a
like,
good one.
look what I got. I got a rail gun. Everybody
I was
else,
like, oh yeah, those
those
are
are a scam.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, have you fired it yet? She's like, I can't find anything small enough to put in the chamber.
Yep, but a bobby pin ends up saving their asses.
That's right.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I liked that episode a lot.
That was really good, man. Just Spike in those endless loops, those simulations that he, kind of chooses to continue.
Rip off a Ghost in the Shell too.
You know, I mean, facts. It is.
Yeah,
what it is.
but
It was still well executed. You know, the filter they used to symbolize that he was still in the simulation.
Yeah,
that
was
was
cool.
like really, really cool.
I like how
totally.
it continued
Yeah.
to degrade as the loop.
Yeah,
went on.
totally.
That was super cool.
Yeah, and she kept getting meaner to him every time
Yeah,
because
every
she's
single
trying to
time.
completely destroy his concept of love. You know what I mean? But he
Well,
couldn't let it go because he's such a passionate individual.
And,
like that's
and
good.
every time
It's
he
really
refused to let her go, she'd
Right.
die.
Right.
Every time,
Uh-huh.
you know? And
Yeah,
he's just
man.
like, okay, next time. All right, I'm still not going to let you go, but we're going to go over here.
I'm back in
Yeah.
this death loop.
Yeah, right? And so,
I'm gonna make this work
uh-huh.
because Spike is stubborn.
Netflix
He
said, we
is.
heard
He
people
is.
like
A man
time
of
loops
love.
now. We're going to.
You know, but I like the tone of that episode.
I do too.
Yeah.
So
I do
I'm
too,
really
man.
interested to see what they do with it in the future.
I
you know?
I think I enjoy the side episodes more than the main story
Absolutely.
episodes.
Absolutely. Anytime
Yeah.
that they brought
Yeah.
the vicious stuff back into it,
I was going
just
like,
oh man, really
"Aw,
this?
I mean, like I was saying, that was never really a major. It's a major component of the original series, but they didn't spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
Right? You
They,
just
they
knew
barely
that it
talk
worked.
about the war. They really only talk about with the what's his name with Flying Man.
The Mad Puro.
Mad Perot,
Mad
yeah,
Perot, yeah.
absolutely. They really only talk about it with Mad Perot. They don't really go into the war at all.
Not really.
Which I thought was weird because I thought that was a bigger thing in Spike's backstory than the Syndicate.
Right.
It really is.
stuff.
Well, because in the live action, he actually works for the syndicate.
Yeah.
Whereas in the anime, he's more of a gun for hire.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
You
he was
know,
just a guy that helped
he's
him a
not
couple of
actually
times, right?
in the
yeah, but he was
syndicate.
definitely in the war on Titan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not actually in the syndicate in the anime.
Right.
Again, he's just a gun for hire. essentially.
Also, they have some really egregious Blade Runner references at one point, and they kind of made me sigh. I was just like,
yeah.
this isn't how you do it. This
Yeah,
is
but
not
in,
how you do
in
it.
Heavy Metal Queen, the guy that they're chasing the
Is
bounty
Deckard.
is called Deckard.
And that's
Yeah,
a good
so
reference. That's
good.
solid, though,
But-
right?
but
But
the
they
ones they
fucking
have
straight
here-
up quote like "tears in the rain." They just do it in French,
Just kind
and
of
I was like,
egregious.
yeah. So many of the people are veterans on the war on Titan. It's a big deal. Also,
Yeah.
hey, you know one
I
thing that they left
expect-
out that I'm actually sad about?
What's that?
Where are those three old guys that always complain
Right.
about everything?
They
Where
were
the
there.
fuck are my three old guys?
They were there in the first episode.
Yeah, for a
That
minute.
was
for
that was the only
nothing.
time, and they cast them very well.
We
At one
we
other
need
point,
them
you
as
see-
recurring motherfuckers.
Right, they
though.
should have been around the whole time.
Right.
Because they were very well cast.
Yeah.
And they were like, they told him where the guy was with the red eye.
But that's
you know?
it.
Yeah.
That's
But-
all they did was show them real quick and go on.
Right,
That was
yeah,
it.
right.
No, those guys need to be on every planet for some reason for
Yeah.
no good explanation.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
complaining
you know?
about like how back in their day.
back in my day.
Yeah, I really expect to see more of these things in
Yeah.
season 2. And I mean, and it sucks to really have to think about it that way, but once again, it was only 10 episodes, right?
Right.
And so, like, once they're actually able to, I mean, just have more time.
Yeah.
You know, I do think that we'll end up seeing a lot of this referenced.
Apparently, Moth had his own, or Wolf. I'm not sure at this point. I'm
Well,
gonna say it's
he's
Moth
at
because I
work.
see the.
He's at work. Moth is.
yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what? I thought I saw that somebody was at work and I don't know.
Dude,
what's
I
going
don't
on
understand
anymore.
what's going on. They are one individual at this point.
Also, did I ever tell you that I was half convinced that the Mad Puro episode didn't exist in the original anime? Oh, really?
Oh,
I thought-
what?
Yeah, he had his own little Mandela effect going on.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it did, and it was awesome.
That one scarred
great.
me. That was
Yeah.
like one of the first
Yeah,
episodes
that
just
shit
burned
was
itself in my brain.
horrifying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was like when he's sitting there gritting his teeth.
Rewatching it this week, because I went back and actually rewatched the anime, that episode is still fucking
Did they
terrifying.
even explain why he
No,
took that
not
knife
really.
to the leg? And,
No.
Yeah, because usually like in the anime they broke it down. They're like, oh yeah, he was still just his brain kept regressing.
Yeah.
So he was a complete
Yeah.
child by the time that
By the time,
he fought Spike. I don't think they said anything about that. I think he just got stabbed in the leg and started.
No,
crying.
he was just he had got experimented on, and he don't like dogs.
Right, but even at the end, after Spike stabbed him
I
in the
see
leg
what you're doing, Neil.
with the knife,
Okay, I see.
I don't think they were they even explained that that's what
No,
happened with him.
They
Not
don't
really.
They don't, but they tie it into the Titan War in this one a lot better, which is cool. I'm fine with that because they're trying to build up that whole these are people on Titan. Maybe they'll even say that Gren was on Titan because Gren was supposed to be, right?
Yeah, everything here is like Ganymede and Earth.
Right. That's
Yeah.
pretty much all that they talk about.
Right.
Mhm.
People want to go to Mars, but that's about
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, but we all know from Doom, it's just demons. on
It's
Mars.
just demons
Yeah.
on
You don't
Mars.
want to go to Mars.
Get
the
your
fuck-
ass to Mars.
Yeah, it's just
No,
it's just
don't get your
Schwarzenegger
ass
and
to
Mars.
Elon
Get your
Musk
ass
and
to Mars.
demons.
And
That's all it is.
For
Yeah.
real, that's what Cowboy Bebop, the Netflix show, needs is some Doom guy.
Some Doom guy.
That's what we need. They
Doom
try
guy
to-
would
they try
just
to-
break everything.
try to-
Bebop
try to
just
teach
the,
him how
the
to play
Bebop
jazz.
just would not
Yeah.
work because Doom guy just punched it.
Doom guy's so brutal with electronics, man.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, dude.
nothing
Jesus.
would work.
Yeah, he can't play jazz.
Yeah, you don't push buttons, you punch buttons. you fuck.
you pistol whip him.
You pu-
Hit him with the butt of a rifle.
Right.
right. Take someone's skull and push it into the button.
Right.
That's-
So, I mean, is there anything left to say? About
I
this?
think that we've gotten our opinion out pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think that we
going
could
through episode by episode.
right
Right.
without detailing it further, but in general, I think we all feel about the same. Is that
It's
it's
fine.
mostly on the positive side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has some problems. It has some things, but those problems really only come up when you start comparing it to the anime.
Right.
A lot
If you
of
can
them,
just
yeah.
take
Some
it for
of
what
them,
it
yeah.
is, I think it's
lot of
I think it's a good experience. I think it's a decent watch, and I think
Mhm.
people that are flipping their shit over it are kind of overacting.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel
You
like
know?
there's some episodes that are worth flipping your shit over. Well,
Right.
Not really flipping your shit over, but worth truly appreciating.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
There are a few others that are just like.
I mean, dude,
eh.
fuck
yeah,
Ed. I'm right there. I
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
I hate it.
I
hate
don't agree.
That's
I
okay.
completely disagree.
That's okay, man.
Only because, like I said, Ed's energy was there. You can't capture Ed's movement. That's impossible.
Not
Because Ed will just
People
all of a sudden
don't move
start
like that,
sliding-
dude.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. All of a sudden, Ed will just like put her head on the ground and start sliding her body across
That's
the
right.
floor. You know what I'm saying? Start rolling around and kicking into the air.
Uh-huh.
And so, but this little girl, she was hyperactive. She was
Yeah.
doing all that shit.
Yeah.
But once again, I don't think she really had ample time to prove herself.
right.
And so, I'd like to see more before.
Maybe
I,
once she gets on that ship, she'll be okay.
you
That's
know,
what I'm
Maybe.
saying.
yeah, once she
Yeah.
starts acting around people,
Yeah.
because usually she just goes on adventures with Ein.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then like, why the fuck is she with Ein in the first place? You know, like that.
They did
That's
it.
also
They
a
did
plot
straight
hole.
abandon Ein.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just dipped
They
I
on
were
was
him.
like,
pissed
"Fuck your
about
little
that.
robot eyes."
I
ass.
was
Yeah.
pissed about
Yeah.
that.
You know, they
I was
dipped
like,
on
why'd
him.
you-
They
and
already
you
tried to
didn't
give him
even
away.
go-
Because he was a spy, man.
Because
a
he was
spy.
a spy. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it, but man, fuck you.
I mean, I don't know. They already tried to give him away to.
But
to his
spy
daughter.
is corgi. Don't
You
you
know?
want corgi?
Yeah.
Well, somehow he found Ed. I don't know how the
Yeah.
fuck that happened.
Right.
And then they found Spike. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hopefully they make it make sense down the road.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
We'll see
So-
about season 2 because I mean it'll probably happen.
It'll
probably happen.
Yeah.
I really think that it'll happen.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
though Netflix is really bad about canceling things.
Netflix
they
is almost
usually-
like Fox, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
it's
usually
really
allow things to go to at least 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Right.
2 to 3
And
seasons.
2 is
and
all this fucking show
it
needs.
really does.
It
Yeah.
Let me
does.
say that shit, okay?
Yeah.
We only need one more, okay? And then stop. And then fucking stop after that.
bad. For Ed's dad.
Yes.
Oh,
heard that.
Jesus Christ.
Heard that.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Alright.
that's it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Does Tandy have an
It's
opinion?
pretty good. Well, man, I gotta quit leaving Tandy out here. Tandy didn't
'Cause he
see
didn't
any
watch it?
episode about
Shit.
this, and I know Tandy's a classic anime fan.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I mean,
Tandy's just
you know,
listening to y'all. Tandy's like, no, fuck no, nobody should watch this.
Personally, Tandy's a fan of like Demon City Shinjuku and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
okay. Yeah.
Right.
You know,
We'll
so
see. What do you think about this Netflix Cowboy Bebop, Tandy?
Can Tandy answer
What do you
that?
think? What do you think about this?
he's going to.
It's gonna be like absolutely.
Definitely. That's what he said.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
was about to say that question was posed.
Definitely.
Interesting.
Definitely he thinks about it. So there
He
you go.
thinks about
Okay.
it.
That's
all right.
that's
Good
enough. That's
talk,
enough.
Tandy.
Thank you, Tandy.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for hanging out.
And,
Thanks for
thanks
watching.
for hanging
We
out.
need
Thanks for being in chat.
Seven
Seven
guys.
more guys. Like,
7.
share,
Tell your
subscribe,
friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell
bring
7
them-
folks.
bring them
Tell your
in,
family.
bring them in. We're gonna be streaming something later tonight. I mean, we'll probably melt.
I mean, it's hard
At some
not
point,
to
we'll
melt.
see what
At some
happens.
point.
Scott,
We'll see.
do you want to borrow an Xbox?
Not right now.
Okay, because we could play
Halo's
some
lit.
Halo, dude.
Not
Halo's
right now.
lit.
Halo is amazing.
Halo's lit,
I don't
and
feel
Moth
like-
and
I
Wolf
don't
are
feel
playing.
like-
You don't
I'm
feel
not-
like it. Okay.
I don't feel like hooking anything up today.
I understand.
No, I just want to go home and play some Persona, and then you guys call me, and even
And then we can melt for a little bit.
We can either melt, or I can just jump in the chat.
Well, you could jump in the chat while we played Halo if you wanted to.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, come back to
We're
the channel
definitely playing
later
some
tonight.
shit later, though.
Yeah, we're playing some shit later. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iTunes, all the places that you can listen to your podcast.
We're all over the place.
We're everywhere. man.
Absolutely.
I mean, we
But
sit
if you're
around
listening
the-
to us on one of those audio platforms and don't happen to be one of our
Seven
our-
bloody
our-
bastards.
our Twitch followers,
hear 'em in my
just
head.
jump on Twitch and follow us, even if you listen to us on the podcast side, because we just need a couple. All
Just
right.
need a few more.
Absolutely.
I don't mean to shill for fans right now, but come
we're
on,
gonna
if
do
you're
it.
already a fan, you might as well help us out, right?
Regardless, thank you for the support. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
hanging out. Thank you for watching the show. Hope you had the best Thanksgiving. Hope you're gonna. Well, I don't know. For all of my Endwalkers out there, I'll see y'all on Friday.
Ooh.
I hope you.
Woo.
I hope you come and join me. We're gonna slaughter gods. We're gonna take Zodiac himself out.
Oh,
I can't
Zodiac.
wait.
Oh, no.
yes. This is the conclusion of the saga, man. This is the
Oh.
end of it. Heidelin versus Zodiac is going down, baby.
Oh.
It's going down. So, yeah, let's check that out.
Indeed, 7 bloody bastards.
7 bloody bastards.
7 bloody bastards. That's what I
Thank
gotta
you
say.
guys. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Big hearts.
Bye.
Bye.